doubt, man. We have done this. This is long overdue. Good to see my brethren in the flesh. Before we get to that, we got a show to talk about. You know what I mean? So let's get into these topics. We've got God of War, Ragnarok, and
King, God of War.
developer settings and developer things that he wants to talk about.
It was funny. You thought you had me.
I did have
If you had me,
New York is failing. New York is failing this weekend.
listen. If you had me, how come I'm good?
We got PhilSpencer's comments. You know, said recently on Same Brain. Eidos Montreal.
Yeah, the former.
Yes, the former. And I think we talk about PlayStation VR 2 and what else we talk about?
Yeah, that PlayStation VR 2 though.
Yeah, we're talking about the studios from the Square Enix.
Square Enix is what's going to happen then.
Exactly.
No doubt. Before we get started, we got to introduce the four horsemen of gaming united in the realm. My co-host with the co-most, my brother from another mother, the difficult game conqueror, lord of his own world, and the how of the young wolf. My man, Lord Addict in New York City for his first time. Let's go.
It's just been interesting, man, because my place don't look like that.
He's got a nice
You don't have the view attic. That's not what you have.
It's not. But this VA ain't like this.
Just the height we're at now is probably the tallest building in my town.
Yeah, you don't have street performers.
Oh yeah, they'll get the street performance. We're gonna get into the street performance.
He
Before
got
he
the
do
full New York
he got the experience.
Yeah.
And the hustle was hard.
So how was that meet yesterday? Pause.
The plataforma.
Yeah, there's definitely not places like that where I'm from.
Ooh, no doubt. Shout out to everybody that pulled up and all that. And of course, we have our most technical gaming lord, the solo playlist for the single player selfish experience. And also, the Sostradamus, the Lord of Clarity and Lord Patriarch of the Iron Bank, my man, Lord Sovereign. How we doing, sir?
I'm good, man. We home. We home. I can't believe this. This is amazing to have us all together. It's crazy. There's been how many years? 4 or 5 years? Yeah. We've never done a podcast, just the four of us. No, we've been in the room together, all together, but there's other people in the room, whatever. And again, that's all love. That's all fam. But this is never happening. So for it to happen is great. Addict in New York City, getting the NYC experience. To those of you, we have legs.
Yeah.
We have legs.
Yeah, we do got legs. Someone got
Oh, wait a second.
Man, someone violated.
Yo,
someone violated.
Hey,
what are those?
Hey,
man.
The kid got on them
Just
fresh,
like
clean Crocs, boy. He got that black Air Force Energy Crocs, baby. I put them out. I brought them specially for today, too.
Why did you have them upholstered on the inside?
No, first of all, it's wintertime, bud.
This is not a New York thing. Like,
Just
this is an anomaly. Like, most New York dudes don't do that.
Yeah,
Don't listen to him. All New York dudes do this. Right? See what it is them old dudes.
Time!
When you do live action time. See,
They didn't pay for a second.
Yo, Crocs, hit the boy up. Because you know, everybody out there that's on that stuff.
Yeah, we only got
We
got a certain amount of time.
We got your hard placement.
And spur inside my Crocs.
Anyway, yo.
So that's been it, Sam?
That's been it, man. Just chilling with my boys. Got to go. I didn't get to go Friday to the movies with you guys to see Black Adam. But yesterday we did our thing. Plataforma, you know we gotta do it.
Shout out to Tim Dog. Shout out to One-Away Dragon Team.
One-Away Dragon
coming
through. Lord PD coming through.
Lord PD.
Family.
Yes.
Y'all fantastic. What have I been playing? You know me, I never have a chance to play anything. But there's one game that I've been playing. I've been playing it for a while. I haven't mentioned it till Vampire Survivor.
Oh. Heard about that.
Yeah. Just imagine, it's like a forever runner, right? Mm-hmm. In the style of Castlevania, right? In old Castlevania, like old 8-bit Castlevania. Yeah. And basically you have 4 characters you can pick from. You only have one unlocked to start the game. And basically it starts you out in the field and you're running away from all these monsters coming at you. You don't do anything but move around. Now what happens is you start off with one ability, right? Each character has their own one ability. You have to try to kill as many of the swarms coming at you as possible. As you kill people, you power up your XP, right? You get XP and it brings your level up. As you bring your level up, you're able to unlock more powers. So what happens is that as you're trying to, basically you're running back, always looking for daylight. And you're just trying to not get caught.
Yeah.
So the more powerful you get, the more people you kill, the more XP you collect, the more powerful you get, and all of a sudden now you have 4 or 5 different things going off at once to protect you from these swarms that are increasingly crazy coming at you. It is the simplest form of dopamine hit you've ever seen, and people have been talking about it all year, really, but it's in Game Pass.
Oh yeah.
It was in Game Pass. It was in Game Pass PC preview for a bit, and that's why kind of.
Well, who did that for you? Who did that for you?
Say the name.
That's Phil down this match. Here
we go. Right on cue.
So, is definitely doing things.
I can't wait for people to start talking about it who haven't played it yet. I think it's on Game Pass this coming week, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's gonna. I know we have Somerville to talk about. We got
Wait.
Mm-hmm.
So you said it was on PC Game Pass.
It was on PC
and
Game
it's coming
Pass,
to regular Game Pass this week.
Yes, it is.
So you have that Game Pass Ultimate.
Steve there.
All right. Next.
It ain't gonna stop segment.
But
I agree. Next.
I tell you, and it's the simplest game. You can play it on my phone probably. When you start playing it and you look up, it's 5 hours later. You're like, what I do?
What you do? Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no. And of course, we have the incredible Hulk of this, aka the Access Gamer.
Ooh.
The prophet of Xbox. Where the Swami at?
See, because right now, I'm a little bit above a Swami though.
Oh, here you go.
Like, I'm above a Swami.
change the ball.
I'm above a Swami right. I'm like in 99%. I'm full Goku in a second. I'm about to be
You
killing
have to give
instant.
him
I'm about to.
notice before
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna flip up his intro with
But
it.
it's kind of crazy because I was thinking about it yesterday, and I said right now I'm on a whole different level.
This guy right here.
Okay.
King of the statues. He demands nothing less than that premium experience and is the leader of the fraud alert movement.
Ooh.
Beloved Lord King, how we doing, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Not as good as Attic.
Yeah,
Attic
in
is
the
in
town.
New York.
In the town.
I'm terrified.
Everybody that was looking for combat talk yesterday, that wasn't gonna happen. Baval did his thing, but Attic did his thing better. So shout out to Baval. Go beat up Canelo again, and we can just close the chapter on that door. But what I've been playing, Ghost Song.
Okay.
And I did that yesterday when we was in what's the name of the restaurant? So I was telling Sovereign about it, and I said when I get home, I'm gonna check it. And it's a little icon next to it. It was like, yo, try it right now on your phone. So I didn't have no Wi-Fi, no whatever. I just went off of data.
Off the 4G,
And
5G.
I was right there while I was eating. I was just let me partake. I just wanted to partake. And he watched me partake. Can't do that on those other platforms. Those other platforms. But shout out to the Switch. The Switch is outside.
So that's what it said.
That's it. And Fortnite. Fortnite, of course.
No doubt. Of course, we have the gaming ninja himself, the Shinobi, LordCognito, in the realm of the lords. Not telling you what you want to hear, what you need to hear. Yo, shout out to everybody that pulled up, Player 1C. Let's give them some love. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
cool
me,
devs, you know
man.
what I'm saying, that pulled up. You know what I mean? Yeah, shout out to Dan Bushko. Shout out to the team.
Shout out to Anubis.
Shout out to Anubis that pulled up in real life. You know what I'm saying? Also, a lot of people were asking for you. A lot of people were asking.
Where's the king?
Where's the king?
Let me tell you something. King has to make a pimp decision.
Yeah,
Nah,
I get it. I get it.
Executive decision.
Not too much game for me. I mean, shout out to my boy CJ. Shout out to Double. We was doing the Demio joint, and we did Roots of Evil. That's a dungeon I never beat. And
He was doing it old style, and you was doing it new style.
Yeah. I was doing it the mixed reality. I had to join it.
You know how I beat that one?
How you beat
we
that
had
one?
I had 2 cards, one to get us all together, and then I teleported us right under the boss.
See,
and we just hit him like crazy.
Yo, what I realized, you gotta jump him to get the armor down. But the thing is, you gotta get the other boss to chick out first. That makes it rain.
We just focused on the one.
Oh, you focused on the one and just got him out?
Yeah, we hit
So
him
when
hard.
he dies, she dies.
Does she die automatically?
I can't remember. I think they might have been close together, and we hit him with a bunch of AoE attacks.
Oh.
Yeah, because what we did is we focused on her. We got her out of there. Then I had the bard. I had everybody protected. And then what's happening is he's putting up too many roots, and then we lost one person. So it's just me and him. And then we ran to the other side of the map, got a card, for the chest, and then lured him in, and then we just choked him at the end. But yeah, yo, that joint is crazy. Shout out to D.
I'm yet to play D.
Oh, bro,
My fraud stuff.
got to play D.
They're eventually going to do a PvP thing.
Yeah,
I want us versus them.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
So I can officially say I beat the developer of that game they
Y'all
made.
carrying me. That's for sure.
Yeah, we gotta play it.
It's something that once you start, it's gonna be innate to you.
Yeah.
It is
We've
kind
been
of
doing Dungeons and Dragons. and all that
Yeah, because
stuff.
what it is, you get the card system basically, and that's your turn. But then each character has their own abilities with each cards that they have,
Right.
and then you have an intrinsic card, right? That you could always use, but they use like a cooldown. That's
Right.
that person ability, like the wizard, Kazap, freeze you in place. The assassin, go invisible, he dip around, that type of stuff. And then the guardian, he can armor up. You know what I'm saying? To get like he's like the tank character.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
who he was,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And they just kept attacking him.
Yeah, because I go in front. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Yeah, they
I'm
got-
normally the assassin. Like
So
that.
you be the aggro guy.
Yeah, and then the assassin go invisible. He can move around the map.
Yeah, see, what you do is you go invisible, you scout, you find out where all the kinks in their armor are,
Mm.
then you come back and like I have like moves like teleport behind them. I
So
I
you
can
said,
do
you
up to
were
like
saying
25
that you're an
damage.
active snitch.
Oh,
I understand.
No, but you know what? You know who I report to? At Jim Ryan.
yo, y'all messing anyway. So yeah, that's been it for me as far as the game and stuff like that. But let's get back into the flow this week. So we got super chat going on the live
No.
NYC show. Do we got super
Chat of
chats?
that. These may not be in order. I'm
Alright,
gonna read
let's go.
it as I see here. I hope they update it. But we got to start it off. Free R. Kelly in the building.
Kels is out.
I seen him. He's super chatted a bunch.
Kels is out. Kels is home.
Kel's got that stimmy, son.
Kels is home.
Hey, Kels, let's get it.
Yeah,
What Kel said?
got that commissary money to always be here.
That's right.
$5 super chat. Kang, new sneaky link is God of War Ragnarok. He's gonna be playing in secret, talking about the game is whack in public. It's okay, Kang. We love.
I feel like if it was just sneaky link, he would have known it was coming out.
The dumbest thing, Kels, about you is you think I'm gonna be ashamed to play a game. Like, I'm not gonna tell you I played it before you, the super fan. Like, you don't think I'm a rival in the fact that at least 80% of you guys is gonna be playing it on PlayStation 4. And I'm with the 20% that's gonna be playing it on PlayStation 5. You ain't playing it at all. You in jail. Play your punk.
Hey, yo. Don't go like that.
Go to your punk, Kels.
He only gets like 30 minutes on computer time.
No, he don't. They cut his time in half.
Yeah, he hiding under
He
the
jumped
bench
into the
somewhere.
super chats and went back to the live.
He sold his time for
What else we got?
We got man Dago McDickens.
Oh,
$5 super chat. R. Kelly must have had a visit from Fleece Johnson. He's all in his feelings, writing in all caps like a scorned woman.
We do be writing cats all the time.
You gotta get hurt, son.
You gotta get hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, full time.
Then we got Flame, $5 super chat.
I love
Everything
you.
I knew about ILP was a lie. This is the first show where the title says it's live. Was every other show pre-recorded with elaborate editing? We're just perfect editors.
I'm good at editing, not that good.
No doubt.
We got Free R. Kelly once again.
Oh,
$2 super chat.
Too.
Oh yeah, the Jack man.
No, he's super trying to
come out to play
You feeling good because God of War came out. You said Metacritic. You feeling good. It's feeling good.
Nah, he's feeling good because he got a game to play because his PlayStation been dead for months.
That's all. The second that we have
No,
Space
it's like
23.
It's like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
well,
go.
we gotta go.
Space 23 BKNY. $20 super chat.
Peace.
Man, Dingo McThickens God of War Ragnarok has a lot of graphics option and is a cross-gen game that looks better than any Xbox next-gen game releasing next year. King.
Okay, yeah. Say about that.
I understand. I'm saying that one. I'm keeping
You
that
gonna
one.
say that one?
I'm keeping that one to myself because I understand you're suffering with something. Right? But you're nice though. Thank you. I appreciate it if you think so.
time.
Thank you.
Then we got Free R. Kelly $20 super chat.
Oh,
He here today.
no Jack man.
Yeah, he no Jack man.
He ain't gonna eat ramen noodles for like 6
Then
months.
we got it's over. Sony dominated Xbox. Halo is dead. Your console ain't selling like PS5. Jim Thanos Ryan destroyed the Call of Duty deal. Even Phil couldn't stop it. God of War Ragnarok is a 10 out of 10, and it ain't on Game Pass. It's over.
It's over.
All in
It's
caps.
over. It's
All in
over.
caps.
You're the only person that dominated. Every time. And you get $20 for this? You Kels. Pick your battles wisely, Kels. You playing on PlayStation 4 anyway. I know you, Kels.
Kels outside.
We got Donna Taku, $2 super chat. Even live sob is still late. Shake your body.
Okay, yo.
No
How they
control
gonna
over
do
this.
that?
Our fantastic engineer over there.
Salute.
Then we got man Dingo McThickens
They
again,
fighting.
$2
They
super chat.
They over there.
God of War 4K 30 FPS is an L for Sony first party game, period.
Facts. Facts. Why can't that? What did Little Man do today? How come y'all can't get to 4K 60? And it ain't real 4K. Your joint is what? Dynamic?
Then we got, hold on a second. Free R. Kelly once again, $2 super
God.
He
chat.
going in.
Kang, I'm waiting for you.
Yo, he going in.
I don't know, Kel. Today you a little bit different.
He's feeling good today. Hold on a second. Then we got that.
I told you, you gotta
Hector the
spend it.
Macho Man.
Yo, we get each other. Oh, Hector? Good.
Hector the Macho Man. For $5 super chat. All hail the Lords. This will be an epic show for the ages. It saddens me this will be the last time King has his knees till Evil Lord Addict takes them.
Well,
Yo.
Attic has my knees and they grew back already. As you can see, my knees is here. But Attic had my knees last week. Tell me you don't watch the show, but without telling me you don't watch the show.
Now this is the thing. If this has not updated.
Yeah, you have to just update the actual browser.
Just okay, so just reload it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
See, this is what happens when it's live.
Live.
You guys want to be generous, and I appreciate that. Let me see what we got. We got Neo Mental, $5
Oh,
super chat.
the mental salute.
All together like Vulture. Hold on a second. I have to open the whole thing.
No doubt.
Pause.
Oh.
All together like Voltron. That's what's up. I see you having a good time in our town. Addict, salute to the Lords. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Yeah, download that package, huh?
Yeah. Then we got Spartan Ghost 17, £2 super chat. We want to know what kind of food y'all got in there. We just got what we got.
We got nothing right
No
now.
sponsors, yeah, no munching in
I
here.
told Cog I can't leave without eating this pizza.
Yeah, he got to have
Oh,
New York
New York.
slice. we were doing
I'm
that.
not.
Yeah.
I'm done with this arguing over the pizza thing. I've never had New York pizza. I gotta at least eat the New York pizza.
That's
Facts.
right.
We don't do no design, all that Chicago.
We don't do cake pizza here.
Exactly. We don't do that.
Then we got Himanshu Yadav with, I guess it's 40 rupees. I think, I'm not sure. Absolute masterclass from Baval made it look easy.
Yeah, that is no lie.
Yeah.
I mean, Baval, I thought Ramirez was gonna give him a hard fight. Pause. He didn't. Like it was just Baval. He has good timing and speed. Timing beats speed. It beats power. Baval is really good.
No doubt.
Yeah, this is okay. I'm gonna try to catch whatever's coming in live because it just really, you guys are too much right now.
Yeah.
I think we're kind of good though.
We caught up.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's go.
If I missed something, I apologize. I will run back right now.
Yeah, you guys will have to
Bear with me.
bear with us this one.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah.
If we missed some super chats, I apologize. We'll try to get it.
So God of War, right? What's up first? Metacritic really strong, looking like 94, right? On Metacritic, PS4, PS5. But I know King had some things he wanted to say in reference to developer comments and pushing like the maximum amount of the port. You know, so King, where are you at with developers kind of stating that this is like a max setting PS4 game pushed to the limits on PS5, not taking advantage of the hardware fully yet?
That's impossible. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Okay.
You're saying that you got parity with the PlayStation 4, but you're maxing out over here on the PlayStation 4, which is a lie. So then okay, so if that's true, so then your max is 4K 30. Dynamic 4K 30, right? That's the max, right?
Okay.
So this is what you said. I thought the machine. What happened to the SSD? I mean, what happened? I thought people said the SSD was gonna boost the graphics. I thought 4K 60 was. This is the future.
Yeah, it's the door. It's the baseline.
Yeah, what happened to generations? So right now, the PlayStation 4 is holding us back because we can't be all we can be, right? So
PS5.
we gotta be limited in some form or fashion because it really can't truly outperform the PlayStation 4 version, because then it makes the PlayStation 4 version obsolete. Right. So you have to have some form of parity. So again, who's holding who back?
Oh, so this is really the Series S slander. This is we back again to the crux of the issue, which is when people were saying, the graphics artists were saying that he felt that the Series S was an issue, and then subsequently was the statements deleted or something like that?
Yeah, he went into hide. Once Big Chief woke up, he went into hide.
I mean, the Twitter came for him.
Yeah. Twitter came for him.
Yeah, and it was because again, it was an opinion that he's had before on Twitter, right?
Right.
And a lot of people have come back, pushed back on it, like, okay, we're still in a position where there's a lot of cross-gen games. So the albatross can't be the S, period, right? We always talk about how these people build to the least common denominator. Fine, that's always the case. But that's the reality of the business.
Yeah.
Like, you can't call it an albatross if that is the business of games.
This is the least common denominator.
There you go.
No, that's a fact.
How many of those in the street?
Oh, they winning.
So this is the thing. Like, listen.
He really brought that switch.
I already know what he's doing. I know what he's doing. Yes.
Are you good?
I'm fantastic.
Are you good? Okay.
No, I'm done. I'm done. We got
to move. Yeah. What you got, son?
The thing for me is this, right? I've always, when it comes to cross-platform stuff, I'm like, that's game development, right? It's just, it doesn't bother me that, it's cross-platform and it's that and the other. I can see in a closed ecosystem like a PlayStation, an Xbox, or whatever, or Switch, you have to, if you want to keep something in the family, that's what's going to happen, right? That's absolutely. But at the same time, you do give yourself that advantage of being able to especially a first-party studio, develop to the core, down to the guts of the machine. You understand that you had the machine before anybody else. You should be able to maximize the potential of that machine.
Right.
When you're staying between two different platforms, money-wise, I 100% understand it. PlayStation 4 is 150 million.
These are basically PS4s.
Right. You're gonna keep building for that. Now, for the person who got the PS5, moved on from the PS4, and they hear the devs, because this is not conjecture from a dev from outside.
Right. This is not an art director.
Well, no, it is an art director. It is an art.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's an art. He's in the art. Whatever department, but it is Sony Santa Monica. Like,
so he actually worked on said game.
Yes.
Okay, so what did the other guy work on?
He was working at Rocksteady.
Yes. Rocksteady. Oh, okay.
So for you to be like, hey, we built this out to take full advantage of the PS4 and the PS4 Pro, and so we've maxed it out on that, right? And when you come out,
what's on the max on that though?
I don't know.
It's like 1080p.
1080p.
Something disgusting. Something terrible.
I appreciate the graphics options. I appreciate the performance options. I appreciate that 100%. But when you come out and say that, it just, for people who are paying attention to the narrative, like us, it doesn't sound too good. It doesn't sound too good. Because now you're saying, okay, we maxed it out on this machine. When you play it on the superior machine, you're going to get inherent benefits just because of the power of the machine, right? So it's going to be smoother, it's going to look a little crisper, whatever. But it wasn't built to the specs of that machine and taking advantage. So, dude, we're almost 3 years into the life cycle of these new machines. Right. I get it. I get it. I'm just excited for the game. I'm not going to worry about it once the game is playing in my house. I don't really care. Yeah. But these are things that when we have these arguments about, graphic settings and that performance, understand that the business supersedes everything. Exactly. And the business will continue to. I don't see them. Herman Ho said it too. Yeah. He said it.
It's my man Herm.
I
love Herm.
Herm said it. There's going to be plenty of games, more than you expect, that are still going to be
that cross.
See, that's why me and Herm like that. BFF.
So theoretically, then the PS4 would be the same equivalent of the Series S in terms of, because of the basis, people are supporting, and that's where the numbers are.
Well,
this is something
for a first-party title, the PS4 is that albatross they talk about. It is what it is, right? But they don't. I mean, again, suits don't care about performance. They don't care about this performance. That's what they care about. So that is going to continue to happen in as PlayStation 5s become more available, right? You're gonna see people
for 3 years. Yeah. You've been saying this for 3 years. But what's crazy? They're still selling PlayStation 4s, right? Aren't they still selling PlayStation 4s? Right. take that thing off the damn shelf so you can sell the
Nah, they
5.
gotta do that.
They're not gonna do that, right? So who's really holding who back? Jim doing it on purpose. This is on purpose.
You say Jim is doing that on purpose?
Yeah, hell yeah. Because he really don't believe in generations.
Well, Jim is making money on purpose. That's
Right.
what he's making money on purpose.
It's bread. It's bait. It's bait.
It's bread.
So,
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
Yeah.
Alex, man, what you think? Ragnarok, Metacritic is crazy.
He just scared that he won.
Yeah,
As the owner of Need.
As the owner of Need.
Yes, the owner.
I just got one question.
Yes, sir.
Does it run good? Is it 60 frames?
Yes,
That's all.
60 frames per second.
What's that 60
Keep it
frame?
down. No, there's a 60 frames per second.
Well, what is it though?
It's a 60 frames per second.
I don't care. As long as
He wants you to say the word
60
dynamic
Oh,
resolution.
I thought it was a 40 frames.
No, because for the VRR settings, right, is that...
Oh,
You want
yeah.
that 4K? I don't care about
Yeah, the
that.
4K and all that,
So,
yeah.
You stop.
runs
You
at
got away
1080.
from TCL. You got a
Okay, so
Samsung. Don't
what's
you got a
the
Samsung?
point? Don't you sit here and act like I'm going to sit here and
You
take
want
a
you to-
magnifying glass to the screen?
You know the difference when you see 4K and you see 1080p.
Okay,
You know the
hold
difference.
on. What, you play on your big fancy. I play on a monitor. I don't care.
This is true.
Yeah, it's true.
And they just got 1440p.
See, I'm the one that reviews the games. I can't play on this fantastic stuff.
Like
I
a
gotta play on a
right,
monitor
yeah,
where I can
yeah.
sit down, do the editing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And even if I play it on the screen, it doesn't matter.
So,
Okay.
I got a question,
You know,
right?
I got a question for you.
Yeah, because you just said it doesn't matter, right? the thing about it is this, and that's right.
It doesn't matter
It
what you
doesn't
think.
matter, right? No, because they're marketing it to you. I'm not the priority.
Right.
You are.
Right. It's install based though, right?
That's
they're
it.
succeeding.
It's succeeding.
Hell yeah.
It's install based.
I want to see how much they sell.
Now I was gonna say though, what do you feel? Because again, going back to what King was talking about this topic, like, what do you feel that them continuing to support the PS4 as a result? Where some people may say, hey, they don't like the developer necessarily stating, yo, we didn't push the limit yet because of the PS4. Like, it's basically, if you look at the Digital Foundry comparisons, they're kind of saying like it's the stability that you take advantage of at PS5. Like, it just maintains that frame rate and stuff like that. So what do you say for the people who are like, hey, maybe frustrated, they want it to go to the next level because of the PS4? You know?
As long as that PS4 is part of the beginning of the development cycle, they'll always be held back.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like with the Xbox Series S and X. Like, they can use both of the consoles, but as long as that S has to be considered while developing, the X will never be able to do exactly what it needs to do. It's just like, look, like, it's just we've always lived in this world. Even back with the Xbox One X and the Xbox One S, the PS4, the PS5, like the PS4 Pro. Man, we get too many of these things.
Yeah, man.
And the majority of these third parties have PC iterations with like 30 different cards. Like, this has always been the case for everything. You know, when you develop for one SKU, it just, to broaden that horizon, it's just money.
Yeah.
How many more people can we hire to work on this port? Can we hire an entire other studio to work on this port? It's just, it's been the process for everything. It's just, right now, usually console manufacturers never really cared about the PC portion. But now they're treating these consoles like cards are treated in the PC.
In a
You
way,
got
yeah.
this, you got that, you have to make for this. It's just like, at the end of the day, if you don't like it, don't play it. Like, I think, you know, especially with seeing God of War reviews, they're selling really well. So at the end of the day, doesn't matter. My thing is, I mean, no, the reviewing.
Not in New York.
Oh,
Review.
okay.
So,
Reviewing well. Okay.
Okay, can I finish?
Yeah.
Are you done?
No. See, the problem is like you throwing these words out there, right?
Continue.
No, you throwing the words out there, right? And you saying they reviewing well. And I got a question for that, but I'll wait till you finish.
I feel like as long as they give you the option to have a 60 frame, that you can take a hit with the resolution. Like Gotham Knights, it's out. Like, I might as well throw that Gotham Knights out that window. Like, it's not happening. Like Plague's Tale, out the window. Like, it's not happening. But if you give me the option to, like, look, I don't care a whole entirely about that resolution, you can bring that down and just let me play it at 60. That's important to me.
Right.
And as long as they give me the option, I'm not going to go into the other performance modes because I know which one I'm playing on.
I gotta say though, Attic, right? You could play Plague Tale right here on this laptop that I have on my
PC
laptop.
gaming.
PC game
It's your
pass.
drivers up.
That
It's
is
your
for
drivers up.
editing. When it comes to gaming,
You gotta
when it comes-
60 in
when
here.
it comes to gaming, throw it out.
I feel
Oh,
it.
you don't want to configure. You want to use the hours?
No, I
No
don't.
drivers,
Not about
no
that.
drivers say nothing about
I'm
that.
not about that. You know what? I'm not going on a rant. We only got.
All right, I just have a
Yeah.
point of contention. I have a point of contention with these fake scores, right?
Why it gotta be fake scores?
You know why? You know why? Okay, you know why? Because there's an outlier out there.
Okay, so
who's the outlier?
Who is the outlier?
Korea.
Korea's
the outlier.
So IGA Korea, they got it right.
And IGA,
Everybody else got it wrong.
Okay, so
So you say everyone else is paid
No,
off, but
Everyone's paying
No,
off.
I'm not-
IGA
no,
Korea
listen,
stood on their square.
listen, I'm not saying.
Korea's like, we got integrity here.
I'm not saying that everybody was paid off.
It was North Korea too.
I just said
You get look at this.
Korea wasn't afraid.
Oh,
Like you know, you got a bunch of dudes there, and it's good to stay in a group, right? So when they start shooting off them shots, you know what I'm saying? You might not get hit. So when you stand in the front, right? Well, like Korea did. Korea was like, yo, that game's boo boo. Korea was like, nah, it ain't what they saying.
It's like you got all these outlets and everyone's like, yeah, this is good, and then Korea's like, that ain't it.
Yeah,
That ain't
and
it.
then somebody
That
gave
needs
it to Korea, and Korea was like, take that back.
Can't with it.
Take
You
that
know what
DLC
actually
back.
happened? I already know what happened.
What
They
happened?
they accidentally got the 2018 version. They didn't get the
They didn't get the new thing in Ragnarok.
I like you, Korea.
Yeah.
For standing up and standing on your square. That's right. Don't fall in line.
King over here like you're the only one standing for what's right.
I like how he find the one review.
No, but they found me.
You went to Metacritic and
They just scroll all the way down to the bottom. Door to 94.
No use score.
I could just
No use score.
I could just see him now going to the page and be like, okay, this is cool. That's not what I came here for.
No, world
He's just
renowned.
scrolling more
I
down.
look for the blue check mark. I said no. I said Korea. Said what? I love Korea.
Standing on their square, yo, you ridiculous.
That's right. Stand with Korea.
Man, look, I'll jump in. I mean, that's what I think. I think it's kind of what you said, Saul. I think it's just that this generation is just going to go so much longer than we expect.
Yeah.
With the chip shortage, everything that's going on, the scarcity of PS5, the economics of it, you know, they done raised the prices up in certain ranges and stuff like that.
It's crazy.
So I think right now, this is something we're going to have to get used to for a little bit longer. We thought at this point in the gen, it's going to be next gen only, PS5 only, Series X only, that kind of stuff. And I think it's just going to be a little longer. So, look, finance biz, like you said, Herm is on his business.
That's my dude.
There's too many PS4s out here for them to ignore that demographic. And at the end of the day, this is their big money time. This is the one they expect a lot of revenue from, highly acclaimed. That'd be funny, right? You laugh, you stupid. So it's just like, look, they have to, their chips is in. The chips is in.
And it was always going to be the case. Because once, you remember, when you look at the cell process of the PS3, that gimped a lot of stuff because it was just hard for people to program for. Even if you worked on a Sony first party, it was hard to program for. So the thing is, once PS4 was basically off-the-shelf parts and basically a PC, all you knew this was going to happen because like Alex said, all of these are just different SKUs of graphics cards, essentially, right? And of systems, basically. Right. So moving forward, you're gonna see a lot. I would not be surprised. They keep trying to just keep people at bay, like, yeah, a little bit longer. No. I guarantee you in 2 years there will be games that are still on board.
So you think we're getting another 2 joints?
Again, it is no
2 more years. 2 more years.
The thing people don't understand is that the moment they decided to make PlayStation and Xbox with off-the-shelf parts, essentially mini PCs.
I don't like when you say that. Like you make it seem like
There is
bad,
nothing.
cheap.
No,
Like
the
it's
thing
like
is, apart from the
There's
system,
nothing but about
it's a bespoke part,
Okay.
right? It's a system on a
See,
chip,
like-
right? But the system they built on a chip, system on a chip is the bespoke part,
Right.
Because,
That's
but all of that is a GPU that's comparable to X GPU on the market,
Right.
a CPU that's comparable to X CPU on the market. It isn't anything like I said. There's no processors.
Weird
or
SSD.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
The only thing bespoke about he's gonna
I'm not gonna say anything.
The SSD thing.
I ain't seen nothing. I ain't seen it do anything yet.
Yeah, so this is the thing.
2 more years.
So they keep thinking people aren't paying attention to this, but you need to pay attention to this because don't be disappointed when in 2 years some first party game is going to be cross-gen as well, because it's just what it is. The PS4 is just a weaker PC that they can continue to spec towards. it doesn't make any sense. And
But hey,
whatever
we
reason,
gotta be honest. We gotta be real here, though. This is a PlayStation problem. This isn't an Xbox problem.
Right.
They've already stated that Avowed's will be a next gen only. They've said Forza's going to be next gen only.
But
Starfield's next gen only. This is a PlayStation problem.
And PlayStation, the reason is
they got the cloud.
They got the cloud, and they got PC day and date.
Yeah.
Right? PlayStation's still holding that back.
I just want you to make sure you choose your words wisely. This is a PlayStation problem. It's not an Xbox.
It is them holding on to something. We'll see if they continue to hold on. If they don't, then
I mean, me and him, that's when I take his next news. Spider-Man and Wolverine's PlayStation 5.
Oh, so wait, hold on.
Oh, you said that's... We did that already.
Wait, so the bet is...
No, the bet was that he thinks that Spider-Man and Wolverine is going to be PlayStation 5
only. And you was like...
I say Spider-Man, no.
Okay.
No,
maybe
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man next year, bro.
The wildest thing... Yes, it is.
It's 2023.
Yes, it is.
Insomniac does another one.
Insomniac be pumping.
Insomniac doesn't miss dates. I don't know, bro.
We'll see.
Well, it's next year, but the thing about it is this. Didn't they release Miles on the PlayStation 4?
Yeah.
And did they go back and release it on PlayStation 4?
I think when it launched, it was
Okay. See, I don't be knowing about what happened.
No, because it's to the point.
It's some game that they released on the PlayStation 5 only, and then retroactively, like after 6 months, it came out on the PlayStation 4.
I don't know.
Chad, tell me who it is.
So just to clarify, you really...
I just come back from my knees like Jason. I give you the knees. But if it ever go back retroly, I'm coming to West Virginia. I want my knees back.
I just personally feel like there's a reason. Do you guys honestly believe Spider-Man's coming out next year? Like, you really believe?
In my heart.
So we had The Last of Us delayed.
Right.
We had all these games, and keep in mind, Spider-Man has been like actively in development during the middle of the pandemic. Right. And you really think that the same company that came out and said God of War's coming out in last year, knowing they were going to delay it with no gameplay, just a CGI scene, you think that's coming out next year?
I think they hit Spider-Man this coming year. I didn't say 2025 for Wolverine.
Yeah, Wolverine.
So they've already given themselves a 2 years. I think Spider-Man.
What I'm gonna need the chat to do is put a 1 in the chat if you think it's in 2023. And put a 2
It doesn't matter what you think.
And put a 2 in the chat.
The chat answered King. They said that title that he talked about that came back that was initially touted as a PS5 exclusive and then went to PS4 was Godfall.
Godfall, and it came out on Xbox. I like that. I bought that game. But we got the premium edition.
Messy. The chat is putting is a bunch of tools down.
There's a lot of stuff, right?
Yeah, little ones.
All right. So can I start grabbing these super chats?
Yeah, guys, let's grab some
chat. Then we'll go to the next topic.
Drag your heart, yo. For 17 months.
Blessings, brother.
Hashtag peace, love, life. The legends is in the building. I don't know what to say. I'm just proud of y'all. Keep laying the blueprint for the future. And remember, heart, mind, body, and soul balance. You will never go wrong. Thank you. There's always something positive to say. Appreciate that.
See, Kels, that's how you do it. Not that stuff you be doing.
Salute the Kels, man.
Kels be having that Jack Mac talk. He come.
We got Gerald Mack.
Oh, OG. Bay Area.
Live from New York, the Lords. All hail the ILP. Salute. Thank you.
Salute.
Then we got CJ with the €5.
Oh, that's what it means.
It's a tough pill to swallow, but developers need to solely focus on PS5 games. The PS5 is 2 years old and 6.
You know what? I agree. I agree with you, CJ.
They're not gonna do that, CJ.
Jim don't though.
Yeah, shout out to CJ, my DVO to do.
Money walk. Money talks.
Look, money is the sad reality is as gamers we want the tech to be pushed to the next level, but the business is the business, and it's still that install base. Until that PS5 install base starts to catch up, then we'll start to see.
Why don't y'all just go out and buy more PlayStation 5 and stop telling me they don't got them available? StockX got them right now.
Isn't that the people that like?
Those are my people. You see, I say stop fishing, right?
Just to clarify, we are for the scalpers right now, right?
I'm for capitalism.
I'm done. Moving on.
You could have had a PlayStation 5 day one if you really wanted it.
That's right. They ain't want it.
We got Easy, $10 super chat.
Easy.
Yo, what up, Lords? I'm just gonna say I'm Team King all the way.
Blessings.
But I'm looking forward to seeing those knees.
I
set him up.
Easy,
Set him up. Set him up.
easy. Those knees was given last week, bro. Go watch the old show.
We could have done it live.
No, we was not doing it.
We can take all this
You
off
could
the
put all this
table.
out. Shout out to the Valari pillow.
Buddy,
Shout out to the
buddy.
Valari pillow. Go get that. Yo, by the way.
Buddy, I was not sullying my knees with blood on my Valari pillow.
And put them on the Valari pillow and then go to the link in the description. Go to say get that.
And then
that
he
bar
could
yourself.
have been like right here, and I'm like, you're forgiven, King.
You see that? He wanted, that's it.
Look at how comfortable these Valari pillows.
You see how I'm resting, right?
Yeah, I have the laptop about, so it would be up
No.
here.
It'll go big.
Mine is right there. Mine right there.
His is here.
I could use it as a neck, you know.
That's what I was gonna tell you.
No doubt, no doubt. What else we got?
All right, hold on a second.
Shout out to everybody that purchased one, and shout out to everybody that is going to purchase one. We're going to do another live stream. Again, I'm not talking about live as this. I'm talking about gameplay stream.
Yeah.
So you guys can join in with us, and me and Attic working out the kinks on that.
Cool. I gotta finish Easy's super chat. So he said, I can't. I'm looking forward to seeing those knees. Just make sure they look nice for us, King. We may never get this chance again. Much love.
I'm gonna make sure they ash you.
I want one of those rotating.
Why they gotta be
ones,
ash?
man. His knees just.
Oh, you
rotate.
gonna? Why they gonna be ashy? I'm putting no shea butter on for him. He gonna get him fresh out the shower.
Ashy
Looks like
You know,
Parmesan
you
cheese.
know when you come out the swimming pool, when you dark and you come out the swimming pool, you oh, buddy.
Or that chlorine on you.
Yeah, that's a special kind of ash.
You stupid.
We got Face 23 PK.
Thanks. PlayStation inbound.
$20 super chat.
Let's go hard.
King GodOfWarRagnarok has a 60 and a 120 FPS option, native 4K 30. Performance mode is 1800p, approximately 4K 60 FPS. Native 4K 40 FPS, 1440p, 120 FPS. Keyword is options. This should be a thing for every game releasing from now
Watch
on.
this.
I give him that.
Watch this. Y'all don't like options. Y'all like to be told what to do. Because if y'all like options, you're being Game Pass. Cut it out.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, you see, don't come for me unless I send for you, right? I ain't send for you.
It is. What else
Go
we
sit
got?
down. Thank you, thank you.
Shout out to Face. Shout out to Face.
Yeah, you know I love
Yeah, shout out to BK in the building.
Then we got Clutch Man, $5 super chat. ILP live?
Yeah.
I forgot y'all were doing this.
Yeah.
Yo, hit that like button. And
that
King,
like.
your DualSense 2 debut last week had me in stitches.
I was gonna bring it, I forgot it.
We tweet for the ILP. Let them know that we still live.
Yes, sir. We live. We
No
definitely
doubt,
live.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
We tweet.
Yeah, because we jumped on late. Yeah.
We got Randy G, $5 super chat. Why the game of the year God of War in the PS5 bundle? Is there no faith that game will sell like Elden Ring did?
It never reached those numbers. Come on, man. You have casual grandmas talking about, ooh, it's this Elden Ring.
Although I say PlayStation's doing their best. Like New York is Ragnarok out.
Yeah, they got the train.
They selling it to the same people. Ain't nobody buying that game like that. Oh, I'm buying it. And everybody that played the other one's buying it.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
Okay. You probably get what? Probably what? A
You're
million new?
not gonna get the casual.
Right.
The same way that Call of Duty is gonna get the casual.
That money spent.
Yeah.
No, it's like guys.
We'll see.
Because they're trying. They're really trying to.
I want to see the numbers against Call of Duty.
Well, you mean against Elden Ring, because Elden Ring multiplier.
Yeah,
Well, see,
exactly.
that's gonna hurt.
The multiplayer.
Yeah, Elden Ring does.
So so do we have it in the criteria that it only goes up against the PlayStation
You know what's
numbers?
crazy? King lost his stance when he could attack it from a review. Now we're going straight to money. Okay, I can't hit you for reviews, but you know what? What you gonna sell? And he's comparing it to a multi-plat named Elden Ring.
No, I'm not comparing it to anything. Y'all brought up Elden Ring. No, I'm just saying I don't think.
I think the bigger question.
I don't think it's gonna sell as much as 2018 did.
Oh,
I think the bigger question.
Well,
is
2018 took forever. It's what 20 million copies now.
Yeah.
I think Benji had put something out recently about the projection was looking crazy.
The projection's looking
This
crazy,
one's
yeah.
already past like Last of
I
Us
think-
right now.
I think the
Okay.
bigger question is what's
The
winning
best
game of
part
the year.
about
I know,
projections, right, Cog, is like when dudes be running and they be like, "Yo, this dude is projected to win," and then he go home the loser.
I think that's the bigger question. Who's gonna win game of the year?
Yeah, with that's.
We already know.
Vampire Survivors winning.
The cheat is already in.
Why is it cheap?
Ah, man, we gonna act like we don't see dudes openly on the
Well,
platform.
you sound like you applying a specific.
Yes, I say it every year. every year is an active bias that an individual owns a platform and the individual's interest. Nah, because I want to go to the show. So the he gives a wink and a nod. I don't care. You can buy me. I'll be there. Fly me out. I ain't saying no.
He said, I ain't gonna sell out.
Yo, no.
Savage.
We got Lucius Augustus.
Oh, that's my dude.
PS5 sales are starting to increase, but you still don't see them in stores. They're trying to maximize profits by selling direct only as a strategy. That is true.
That's a lie.
I will say this though.
You gonna say Jesus moving in the street, but nobody see him moving? No.
But I will say this though: when you buy from PS Direct, that is all them. They don't got that's their money. You know what I mean? It's a strategy. It's a strategy. Then we got Dono Taco. We might have gotten jumped here, but Dono Taco $5 super chat. We got review scores for Ragnarok, but I bet it's gonna be months and months with no sales numbers being reported on, just like Horizon.
You want me to catch up?
Then we got Hargeet Chani. $5 super chat. Salute to the Lords. Are we doing a Halo community gaming session again? A winter update coming in 2 days. Let's go.
I don't know. I don't like those glitches.
We're looking at Call of Duty.
No, we're not. We're definitely not looking at Call. That's out the window. Like we got to figure something out.
What you talking about?
Playing Call of Duty. I ain't playing Call of Duty.
Why are you not playing? If I can sit there and play Fall Guys, and I can sit there and play Candy Crush and Cooking Mama,
Candy Crush.
whatever Cooking Mama thing you had up there, like everything you want to play, we gotta play. And I said, let's play some Call of Duty, some shoot 'em up, bang bang joint that everybody playing. 800 million sold in 3 days. The world is playing it. I said, let's get it in. And you said me. Yeah, what's up with that?
I ain't playing Call of Duty.
What happened? It sound like something happened.
You're
like, what they do to you?
Hey, what if Infinity War did to you, man?
One to it on the pillow where they touch.
Right
Yo,
Pause. Moving on.
All right. Then we got Zong Epion. Remember, for 2 months, Ragnarok looks to be lit, but Elden Ring still has that Game of the Year locked. Anyways, keep up with the great work, Lords, and long live the ILP.
Blessing.
It's gonna be a good fight though.
Yeah, for sure.
And we got Tony Bryant, remember, for 28 months. Shout out to you, sir. Once again, happy to be here live. King, did you really lose your knees on as DF basically called GodOfWarRagnarok unabashedly a PS4 game? Once again, great time to be a gamer.
I can answer that for you, Tony.
We have confirmed.
I gotta look at the camera to say that.
So, all it did was come out. He lost.
It don't matter what came out.
Yo, listen, it still ain't come out yet.
Here we go.
Then we have Metro Knight, $5 super champion, Messi. What options do you have in Game Pass? Just asking for a friend.
There's actually a bunch of good games. I beat them. Majority of them.
He said, what options do we have in Game Pass?
Plague Tale comes out when it hits 60.
Why do I feel like Pentament's gonna rate really highly for whatever it is?
It's gonna rate really
It's
high.
Somerville.
Yeah, you said what is it, Bible the Game?
Bible the Game,
I can't wait to get into
Gamers
that.
next.
All right, let's go.
JD Gamer, $20 super chat. Shout out to the Lords. Off topic, but I just need to put this out there. While Sony is out there snitching on Microsoft about the ABK deal, they better take care and not get their own acquisitions retroactively unwound by the FTC and the EU.
Retroactively.
What, the Bungie deal?
That doesn't happen.
They haven't bought anything big enough to really.
I think a lot of the vibe I get is like a lot of stuff is like you got this offer letter, like almost like a letter to intent.
Let's be real here. Let's just be 100. They can't afford nothing to get the attention of
Not like that. Not for that type of stuff.
Listen, but we definitely know that
they have to liquidate their whole company.
It's holding Microsoft up from doing other things.
For Muslims, yeah. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about
It
next topic. Yes.
We got JD Gamer, $5 super chat. PS has already artificially boosted God of War numbers with bundles so they can pretend that they beat Elden Ring, but we all know what really happened.
This is true, but they all do it.
Yeah.
That's it. We'll call it.
We got Donna Taku, $5 super chat. We got reviews.
No, I read that. We got Ragnarok reviews. I got that.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
No doubt. So we can move on. So, man, we up. I think, what's going on, man? Square Enix and EmbracerGroup and, theories of what could be happening with studios and what's going on.
What can we say? The warm embrace is not as warm as it once was. There's a lot of things going on. Embracer has been gobbling up companies and just getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And they decided for a little bit, enough was enough, right? And they, 2 of the studios they picked up have seen some radical changes. One of them closing, the most radical of all changes, being shut down. So you may recall that Embracer picked up from Square Enix. They picked up Square Enix Montreal, right? Yes.
You're holding something that's not even on the market.
What's on the market?
What's crazy
put that out there.
I don't get no jitters, no nothing. This is wild
This
crazy.
is quite delicious.
Hell yeah! I'm surprised that I do that.
VegGG. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, veggie.com.
Mad product places it.
This ain't powder.
This just happened in the beginning.
What you talking about?
This wasn't here.
Oh, they were here when we got here.
Yeah, everybody rocks with that VegGG. Get that powder, you know what I'm saying?
As he twists the can.
Yeah.
Camera.
It's quite delicious, isn't it? Refreshing.
Time.
We did our product,
Did what we needed to do. So yeah, so they purchased Square Enix Montreal, and they also purchased Eidos Montreal, right? So Square Enix Montreal, if you guys don't remember, are the studios. Were the studio that was responsible for the Go games, Hitman Go, Lara Croft Go,
Right.
Deus Ex Go. Very well received games, right? So they were more focused on sort of mobile stuff. A couple of months ago, they had them rebrand.
Rebranded.
Complete.
Onuma?
Yeah,
Onuma, yeah.
And they rebranded, so you thought they were going to take them in another direction. The direction they were going to take them is right out the door. They decided that they didn't want to go that route. They shut the studio down after having it rebranded. They took some of the staff and some of the talent and they pushed them towards Eidos Montreal. Now, Eidos Montreal, if you guys know, were the guys who were making Deus Ex, right?
You know, I got clowned on 10 Wish from Sunday for mispronouncing their name in my video. Like they were people doing pronunciation. Like, how did you?
What was you saying?
I'm not saying.
See, but the thing is,
I'm not opening that door. So people can clown on me in the chat.
opened the
You literally opened it
But
right
you
now.
tell people anyway before. I'm gonna butcher this anyway. You say it ahead of time, like, and why they bothering you?
But I ain't doing it this time.
Oh,
We got time.
Go.
Go.
Yeah.
So the second part of this is that now Eidos Montreal is they've had some of their stuff scaled back. Apparently they had a couple of things going on.
One was
right? They
completely
had-
canceled.
Right. The game that was supposed to be what they call the Kids on the Bike game that is more
Right, kind of like a Stranger Things kind of vibe,
Things,
yeah,
kind
for
of
her.
PT, like
But thank God that was canceled.
I don't know what that was gonna be.
it could have been dope.
Yeah, I don't know what that was gonna be, but that's gone.
That
right?
sounds horrible.
And it feels like they've said whatever else they're working on has been scaled back. In addition to the fact that they're also working on a Deus Ex game. So I don't know if the Deus Ex
That sounds
game
great.
per se has been scaled back. I don't know what that is. What's interesting about all of this, and as we said a few minutes ago, is that one of the games that this newly kind of reforged Eidos Montreal is working on is a partnership with Xbox to work on Fable.
Oh, wow.
Much like Crystal D with Perfect Dark.
This is a mainline game. So
This is a mainline game, and again, this is something. I'm not gonna call it a conspiracy theory, but theories out there seem to indicate that either a deal has already been made for Microsoft to acquire these two, being Crystal D and Eidos Montreal.
Right.
Once all the ABK stuff is cleared out, right? That's one of the conspiracy theories.
Right.
Or just the fact that these partnerships are going to continue specifically to work on Xbox games. What do y'all think? Because a lot of this is very weird in a way that we haven't seen in the game industry before. We know that multiple teams work on big AAA games. We know, like when you look at the credits, there's always a whole bunch of teams. But a lot of times, those are teams that are specifically created to do support work.
Right.
You have two teams that are used to working on blockbuster games, AAA games, aiding in the development of two Xbox games. Why is he? What is he playing?
I'm just saying, like, they're playing the game.
Oh, okay. So, what do y'all think? 'Cause, again, some conspiracy theories that could be true. I'm never the conspiracy theorist,
Right.
and I think this looks a little bit weird. So,
That's us.
What,
Do you believe in conspiracy theories?
It depends. Are you trying to make me do a bend the knee on
No,
them?
no, I'm not trying to get. Listen, you got my knees. You gonna leave New York with my knees? You good?
Okay, as long as I get out of the state.
So what do y'all think of this? Because there's been a lot of different sort of opinions on this.
Where you at, bro? You think what's going on with this?
I think Microsoft's low-key bumping. I do. And what's funny is Jess says if it's true, it's illegal. But I think
It's
true.
illegal?
Yeah, it's illegal.
Yeah, that's crazy illegal.
You can't do stuff like that.
No,
You can't do that.
But you can do stuff like that, like that's like a handshake thing.
Yeah,
right
you can
now.
be like, hey,
That's
yo,
right.
There's no paperwork. Like,
That's
so
right.
here's the thing. When that Crystal Dynamics thing happened, that's unheard of. That does not happen in the industry. Like, you got IGN people saying this is unorthodox. This
Never
doesn't
seen
make
this.
sense.
Did IGN
Now-
Korea say it? Because I don't even respect IGN Korea. Like, if Korea said it, then it's a go.
But now that we are knowing that they might be working on Fable, and Jez said they're working on Fable for the most part, so
Yeah.
they're working on Fable. Then it makes more sense because it's like, okay, they're working on Tomb Raider, Tomb Raider and Perfect Dark, and they're working on Deus Ex. That's how I
Deus
pronounce
Ex,
it.
Deus.
And whatever.
I mean, it's cool.
And Fable, it makes no sense that one was doing it because it's like this doesn't happen. But now you have another company doing it, so it's like unless we believe in coincidences that two things are happening that never happens, or they're just working their own employees in the future right now.
Right.
So it's just like, look, I think that it's like what happened with
You gonna like me.
it happened with Bethesda. It was like one of those things where it's like you saw them putting games in Game Pass before the deal went through. It's like they were moving pieces on the other side before it actually happened. They're like, look, we have committed to buying you. Here, give us Doom Eternal on Game Pass. That's long before the deal was made.
Right.
Then they put everything else a month later into Game Pass. That's long before the deal was made. They're like, look, we're interested in buying these companies. I don't know. I don't think Microsoft got into it before the deal was made. I think Microsoft got into it after. And it was like one of those things. It's like, we know you don't need this company to Embracer. It's like, we're interested in these. We're not interested in these. Embracer's like, okay, we'll close those down. And they're going to take a small investment, like, until we are a little bit more free to make moves. How about you contract them so we can see if we can work with them internally? Because if you can't work with them on the standpoint of making our games, how about we contract the studio so we can see if the studios can even work together in general, and then our studios can give us feedback on how they work, and then once our deal's done and we can actively, freely do more stuff, we'll just buy them off of you. That's what I think happened.
I think that makes a lot of sense. The part that doesn't make sense to me is that if that is the case and Microsoft is looking to go further into the mobile space, why allow them to shut down a mobile development?
Because they're getting King. Why would they need that? They have King. But
It's a
they
good
shut
pedigree
them
to come
down,
from.
and they low key go behind them and pick up the employees and send them to King.
That's true.
That's true.
They
It's
don't
the
necessarily
talent.
have to be under the same
Under the
umbrella.
same under the name.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I get that. That's interesting. And then the whole shutting down part. But I'm curious to hear King.
Yeah, King.
Well, shout out to my boy Slow Mo Backslap.
Yeah, shout out to Slow Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you open my eyes to a lot of things, and I just had to put it in street terms. So, like, if the feds is watching me, and my man,
The feds being the CMU.
yeah, because I'm
watching Microsoft.
right, they're watching the stash house, right, and I can't get to my bread at the moment, right. But I told Saul, yo, do me a favor, go pick up some of those things, and you know I like them. When they gone,
Things being the Xbox. I mean, Embracer.
right. So remember, what's our man over at the initiative?
Down Gallagher.
All right, so Mr. Gallagher.
Yes.
He probably started that whole thing.
He's the key to whole.
Wait,
He's the key
if
to all
this
of
is true, who said Gallagher is more powerful than a lot of people giving him credit for? More
Because of
influence?
all those connections that
You
he has.
did. So listen. Gallagher is the key to this whole thing, right? He moves a lot of needles. So what Gallagher did was like, yo, I've been in war with these dudes.
Crystal Dynamics.
Remember when they changed the key cards so a lot of dudes they couldn't get in the building, but Crystal Dynamics came in with the key cards and they just walked through, swipe, got inside the building, right?
They came with the Crystal t-shirts in the building.
They inside the building, right? So
it's like you don't wear the Crystal t-shirts, you gotta leave.
So Microsoft, you know, the Fed's watching them right now. We can't really make no moves because we hot right now. The block is hot. So Sav can move for me. Sav can continue to do those things. He Embracer. So, and me and him got a good relationship.
Right.
So what I say is, listen, I pay for 10 cents on the dollar when I get back. When I get back up, you bought it for 300 million. When you come back, I give you 6. I don't need those other two groups. So you can dissolve those.
And you know what's funny? They get what they need, and they don't get the backlash for getting rid of what they don't.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what
There's nobody crying.
Like Embracer's like, we don't care what people think of us anyway. No one who knows who we are.
How many people got fired? I don't know. You deal with that.
Yeah, but see, those people get rehired someplace else magically, really quickly, right?
I bet you if you look, King is like hired for those exact positions.
Probably so, right? And they probably got an email. Yo, check this out.
Check this
got
out.
Click the link. Click the link.
They got an internal email that's
hired.
like,
It goes right to it says you're hired.
You're hired. You have salary in the mail.
This is high conspiracy.
Yeah, so
I'm with it though.
This is high
Well,
conspiracy.
again,
Phil gotta be watching like, why y'all making up these scenarios?
Yo,
They
yo.
absolutely aren't true.
So I was looking at us like, we need to really stop them. They saying too much facts.
you just gotta really look at it. It's just all the tea leaves flow that way. It's just no paper trail. There's no paper trail. When I go to my man, I'm like, good looking, B. There's no paper trail.
So
right?
let me ask y'all this, just for devil's advocate. So
Right.
then,
You always gotta be the devil.
because I gotta be the voice of Dallas.
Anyway,
So I'm just saying, just for that, like Embracer buys all these studios. Just recently, like what was it, about 2 months ago?
Uh-huh.
This was real. It's not like Embracer was sitting on these studios for a minute and then started to make a change 6 months to a year. It's like 2-3 months, and now you just get rid of. Here's the thing, like you just rename the studio. I don't know where you from. If you rename the studio, then I'm under the impression that you have big plans for them.
And that's me calling you on the phone saying, yo, what you do that for? I said I didn't want that.
There were theories that it was one of those things where a company's so big, and they, A isn't talking to B. I'm like,
Nah.
That happens a lot.
on an
though.
acquisition.
That does happen a lot.
They just got
A isn't talking to B when it comes to the future of an entire studio.
But you got to think, what we're talking about is very, very frowned upon. There's probably people in the higher ups that know, but if it's truly going on, it's not a lot. Like to think you're holding companies, like it's one of those things where it's like maybe a handful of people actually know what's going on if it is happening. And the moment they saw that, they're like, yo, what are you doing?
That's why everybody brought this mug.
Yeah.
And they all sit there like,
They're at a round table with a bunch of stop stitch. It's like Among Us. It's like who's getting voted off.
I'm just through believing that there's any real white knights in this industry. Just not.
No, I mean, look, we all know there's relationships with all these companies. CEOs, there's tons of relationships. People know each other, people talk, and that was my mindset. I mean, if you mind.
No.
Yeah, that was my only mindset when the whole initiative thing happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, you had this all-star team of developers they hired, right? The who's who. We're like, yo, this shit is about to be crazy. Perfect Dark about to be crazy. Then we hear the rumbling, whether it be a directional change or what have you.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, all this mass exodus. So it looked bad initially, but then we're like, oh yeah, by the way, Crystal Dynamics is hired. They're going to be working on a project. We happen to be, past execs that had this great relationship with Dow Gallagher. Here they come in the building. So now we get to this. And I'm like, all right. At first, I'm like, remember when Embracer bought them?
Mm-hmm.
We were like, yo, that was mad cheap. It was like
$300 million.
So we sit there, I'm like, to myself, I'm like, you mean to tell me Microsoft couldn't have afforded that? What could have stopped them from doing that? And now I'm getting into conspiracy theory.
You know what would be interesting is if David Gallagher working with Crystal Dynamics and then they get hint that these 2 companies or 3 companies aren't happy where they are and they would prefer something else, and he's like, well, let me find out what I can do. And then before you know, conversations happen. It's like, okay, how much would you be willing to sell to buy them from Square Enix? And then we'll come. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a domino effect where it's like I said, they're working, then that conversation leads to more. It's
Right.
kind of like the Minecraft
Right,
thing,
it could
where
be
then it's like,
sequential, yeah.
we can't do much right now, but then they're like, look, they're about to close us down.
And
then before you know it, they're talking to EmbracerGroup. It's like, we need someone else to hold these people.
Right.
That would make sense, because obviously no one could just buy them.
Right. I'm gonna give you something more sinister.
Yeah.
Almost sinister. Everybody here knows about being per diem work, a scab during the picket line or whatever.
Mhm.
Those guys that get into the system, they're already working inside the system.
Right.
Right? It's very easy to just turn them into a full-time employee.
Right.
Opposed to going through the whole process of vetting and doing all this stuff. You're already in there doing work. They're already working at Microsoft now.
The thing that I ain't gonna front that does strengthen your theory is the fact that why do they have these strong relationships with like key IP Fable?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I get like Microsoft has so many
Perfect,
studios.
dog.
And you mean to tell me like none of the other studios could be a support? We've seen Coalition help
Yeah.
out with Halo Infinite. We've seen other studios. So why this outside studio?
Oh,
Okay, yeah, you
I said something I was not.
Ah, yeah, be quiet, be quiet. So it's like at the end of the day, it's like that's the part that has my antenna up. Like this relationship, right, is a little too cozy, in my opinion.
I
Okay.
will say Coalition is helping another studio. So.
Oh, okay, there we go. So we already heard it first. So yeah, like I will
man.
say, it is interesting. You know what I mean? And then obviously we got the shutdown of the studios now.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll see what happens with them. Look, man, if this does happen, it's very, very interesting, bro. Because if once the Activision Blizzard closes, then we get to see how Microsoft moves out of that.
For real, right? And we'll see. Imagine if the day it closes, like the next day they're like, yeah, we figured
I don't
out
think it'll be that
Xbox.
fast.
No, they won't.
I
do
think
that.
won't
what
be
will
a
end up
thing.
happening, they'll make it make sense.
Yeah.
Once Perfect Dark is concluded, then they'll officially announce that they bought them. The most interesting thing I find is, okay, I think they'll let them still make the XX. I think that will still be a studio. But I wouldn't be surprised if Crystal Dynamics and the Initiative get merged together if they buy Crystal Dynamics.
Then we're talking about a lot of IP, y'all. We're talking, like I said, I mean, then we already hear about the new DSX and
Right. Yeah.
Right.
That's the one thing that isn't really being scaled back, right? Is
Right.
that is the Deus Ex.
Because they want it to be bigger than Cyberpunk.
And you know what's crazy? If they buy them and they own the DXX IP, that's another RPG Microsoft.
That's
owns.
another.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day they're gonna buy Square Enix. To be honest with you. You think so?
I think that's Square Enix. I'm gonna.
I honestly think so.
I
I
don't
think.
think it.
I think
There you go.
Nah,
the reason why.
If that
There you
happens,
go.
The
we'll
reason
be
why my
podcasting for a month talking about this.
Oh, yeah.
the reason why my
A year.
98%
If they buy
is
Square
pushing.
Enix,
Mm.
do you know how
Yeah.
bad you?
Sony had the opportunity to do said things for such a long time. Square has been literally they getting the milk for free from the cow, right? We're not buying the cow.
Yeah.
How many times you gonna keep doing that, taking that relationship for granted, right? Square has been devaluing their own properties for so long. They devalued Square West. That whole division gone.
Yeah,
they
because
threw
they
them all
low
under
key
the bus.
blame them like
Right,
yeah,
you the
for
reason.
for Avengers and a lot
Right.
of the MMO.
The Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy. You the problem. All right, so now you're looking at Square with the Quine Eye, and you're like, they're not as strong as they used to be, and they're looking like they're getting ready to be acquired.
Fantasy, though.
And we
That's
as a
only
gaming
happening.
community wanted to be acquired by Sony. It only naturally fits.
But Square, they do a lot of like smaller publishers. Like, I don't think Bravely Default's another company. I think.
Right.
But they do the Triangle Strategy that just came out. They do
They do a lot.
is Octopath Traveler Square.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it is.
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good as well.
The thing, King, I feel you, but it's like part of me is like
I think Satya don't care.
I don't know
I
why.
think there's a
I'm not to
10%
say
chance
Square doesn't
they
have
buy Square.
value. I just think
10%.
that
I'll take that.
I look at them. I don't know if it provides the value to Microsoft.
No, I think it provides the value to Microsoft. I just don't think Square's going to sell.
To them.
Like, if they would buy Square, they would not need to do any more investments ever. They got the Western, they got the Eastern.
Yeah.
They'll do stuff to fill in gaps, but here's the thing, like, it doesn't matter if you want to buy everything. You cannot just make people sell. And I think
No, it's a relationship.
I
You have
think
to be
Square
willing to be
Enix
Yeah.
Going in forcefully.
Forcing.
I think Square Enix be just like, they're like, look, like, we don't need you. And you know, one would say that I feel like the cultures is different too. Like, they would be more inclined to sell to one of their own than they would be sell to a
100%.
Western.
Especially since
Phil
they
been
went
over
out
in
and
Japan a
cleaned
lot.
house.
He been known to make water into wine. You know, I don't know.
I think
I
I still think
they work so hard to remove themselves from anything that's westernized.
Yeah.
That I just really feel like it doesn't make sense.
I think they have a
they
way.
laugh Microsoft out the room. I think.
If I were to give it
I
like
just think-
What you think?
the companies over there,
What you think?
it would be like Capcom would be like 20, 30. I think they would sell. Capcom would sell before Square Enix.
Oh, 100%.
I think
I think that's the move right there.
But
Sega's the highest of them all in percentage.
I think Sega's already a done deal.
I don't think.
I mean, God in them. I think it's a. See, when Satya said stuff like, if it's about competition, let us have competition. Old boy ready to swing them hands. Right? I think he literally telling you,
But
it's so,
here's
it's
the
about
thing.
squabbling, right?
Okay, once they buy like
Let's get active.
once they buy Activision, then they pick up these other 2 studios, 3 studios from EmbracerGroup. Then they pick up Sega. Then I do feel like there's a consolidation problem. Like now, I do feel like we are in that area.
Both of the publishers. Then we start to make.
So you're afraid of a monopoly?
No, it's not. I'm not afraid of monopoly. It's just I do feel like in order to broaden the horizons on companies, people do need to not all be under the same umbrella because then you're going to get that tunnel vision where everyone has the same type of logic.
Yeah, you know what? I feel you. I don't want it to happen. If they were ever
I think
be
Twitter
sold,
would be lit.
I would have a field day.
There'd be a lot of
It'd be great for me. But I would want Sony to buy it. My thing
I think the
is
relationship
stop
is
stringing her on for so long and just make it happen.
True, but then again, in defense, if it is happening, you might be right. I mean, but if it's happening, but I still consider them getting sexy for acquisition. Right? They're still,
I thought so.
you know, they're shedding weight, they're getting rid of bash, they're doing this, and then maybe now they can present themselves and say, okay, what about now at this evaluation? You know what I'm saying? Because they got to get rid of stuff that's really not making. That's not.
You know what's crazy? We keep saying this and that one's a 10 cent into by Square Enix.
Could
That's
be
the
too.
reason.
That's a big 10 cents outside.
You know,
10 cents is outside.
We've been thinking they've been like cutting the fat to make themselves more appealable to like Sony, and it's actually been 10 cent the whole time.
The only reason why I don't lean towards 10 cent, 10 cent are giving money. 10 cent don't ever want to. They want to be sugar daddies.
Yeah, they don't want to.
Yeah, they don't ever want to wife you up. They don't ever want. They don't want to put no rings on anything.
That's true. They want like a percentage.
They give you a Birkin. They give you a Birkin and be like, yo, you good. You good. See you next week.
If your company fold, they have a percentage where they can step in and be like, okay, now we the controllers.
Only if you want to treat Birkin right. But they don't ever want to own
I see
that.
people
even Tencent though, like Tencent recently has been like, you know, they shut down Fanbyte and all these like a bunch of stuff that they acquired in kind of this bulk thing. They went in and said, okay, we don't need this one, this one. And usually it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter how much money you're putting into Fanbyte. You could put, you know, 10 million into Fanbyte, it's nothing to them.
Right.
And I would have kept that afloat. They were like, nah, it's just shut it all
shut it
down.
down.
So even they are thinking a little bit more about.
Do you think it was the government though? Because remember, the Chinese government.
they went on Tencent like hardcore. I feel like if they wouldn't have done that, Tencent would have bought more stuff. People keep saying that Microsoft's going to buy the EmbracerGroup. No, they're not.
I think they would have just gave out more.
EmbracerGroup is a huge company.
What about this last scenario? What about status quo? What if it just is good where it's at? Where Embracer says, you know what? We had these studios sitting around. We ain't got nothing for them to do. Xbox gonna give us this bread to just let us, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and then Xbox
sounds too sus though.
I know it's
how do we not know that? Let's say that the deal was close to being closed. You know, they're like, yo, Daryl's talking to the people at Mike because clearly people know there's NDAs, but I know stuff I shouldn't know. So clearly, people have no problem breaking it.
Right.
It's like, yo, Embracer is about to buy us, and then Microsoft, had that backdoor conversation. Like, if you're gonna buy them, would they be for sale in the future?
My thing is hold me down, but while I go take care of this,
you know.
Yeah,
so we flipping houses.
Yeah, I think that is. I think you ain't have no thoughts in getting this. They came out of the blue with that.
They did come out of the
blue.
And we agreed that the price was cheap.
Crazy.
It's not even that. I think the reason that no one's had that conversation is because they were owned by Square Enix. It's not very often that a publisher sells studios like that.
Check this out.
What if Square Enix was going to
sell a Microsoft and they was like, yo, go get that for me. Go get that for me, and because they like you. Go get that for me. Go in there and go get that brick for me, because I can't talk to this dude. So go get the brick for me and bring that back to me. I'll get you when, because the block is hot over here. Just go get that for me. What if,
They get a little more bread.
What if they, like you said, they not inclined to sell to them?
Look, it's an interesting thing that actually has a little bit of legs. Normally,
I'm not there, but it again, it's just like the movements don't make sense.
Well, see, here's the thing.
Of how we know things.
Before the Fable thing, I would still say it was a coincidence.
What did you feel like when you heard these?
Yes, that's what
I want to hear, because you the Fable guy. Like when you heard,
do you think Fable's in trouble? What
just how was you surprised? Like, yo, ain't no Fable.
Not really, because I saw it with Perfect Art. I feel like right now they're like, look, instead of, I think the only reason that Perfect Art happened is because I think that was natural, but I feel like this one with Fable came from the deal with Perfect Art, where it's like, look, we don't need this studio. We've done this, and you know, I do think there has been talks about buying them after this Activision deal, and they're like, okay, I think the reason the Fable thing happened is because they needed infrastructure. I think that, you know, they want Fable to come out eventually.
Right.
And they're like, look, let's put these developers to work that we're eventually going to own anyway.
But are you personally come as a Fable fan, and you remember you had a little reservation, not that you were against Playground, right? But you were like, yo, they're a car studio, right?
Yeah.
So what do you feel now that
I
you
actually
see this?
feel more confident.
You feel more confident in taking Fable serious right here.
Because I know that I want it to be more RPG centric.
Right.
And I feel like they'll bring more immersive, because XS is a very immersive game.
Yeah,
Right?
actually
And they'll bring more immersive stuff to the Fable franchise. And it's just like, you know, after seeing something like, you know, we've seen studios make different genre type games. I'm trying to get out of that sense where it's like, I think racing to Fable is the biggest jump I've ever seen them anyone ever did. At least people make
first person to Horizon.
But that's still an action. Developing quests. Like they went from what you know. Keep in mind, it's another team making it. They hired new people, but it's still the same. It's still the studio. You see Playground Games. It's like, okay, you're making Playground. It's the people that make Forza.
Yeah, no, I get it, and I'm glad you said that, because it gave me confidence too. Like it made me like,
it made me feel better.
Yo,
it's not worse.
Right,
because you already know that these guys have the tech. Right. So you know the world is gonna look.
You know the graphics gonna be fire.
Playground, crazy good.
Facts.
We just didn't know if it was gonna have the substance.
Yes.
And now I think that this is where the substance comes from.
I agree.
And I'll be honest, I thought Playground on their own had it just because of their attention to detail.
Right.
They weren't gonna get this wrong.
Right.
I think this is a great move to speed up that timeline.
Yes.
Probably so, yeah.
Yes, on release. Yeah, you know for facts.
Do we know what engine it's gonna be running on?
That's a good question.
Is it the Forza tech, the Horizon tech?
Well,
I know.
It is
Gotta be
Forza tech, right?
It has to be.
Well,
That's crazy.
I know, but I don't know if I'm allowed.
Oh, so we're not gonna say that.
I would tell you don't say it.
Yeah,
I'm not
put up the
saying
don't
it.
snitch and just
Yeah. Here we go.
Here we
All
go.
right, let's get
Let's
this
move on.
super
Let's
chat.
get these super
Move
chats.
on. We got JD Gamer, $10 super chat. Just got to say it again so regulators can hear. Unwind, it does not happen. Just happened to Facebook and video was blocked. They outside waiting for them. So JD saying like it ain't happening.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you think that deal ain't happening? Man, listen. The world would burn. Satya and them dudes would buy everything. That's when everything is shutting down. So. You better let that deal happen.
Scorcher.
Yeah, right. You better get out the trap house.
Then we got JD Gamer again, $10 super chat. Lords, what 6 to 10 studios, IO, Asobo, etc., do you think Microsoft is going to pick up after the ABK deal goes through and before they gobble up the next publisher, Sega, Sega, or will it be Embracer?
I don't. They're not buying Embracer. Like, here's the thing: EmbracerGroup owns a lot of stuff, but the reason that they go for these Sega stuff is because they like the publishing units with it. They like everything as a whole. Now, EmbracerGroup has that, but they do a lot of other stuff that they don't necessarily need.
Right.
Yeah. The Sega stuff, a lot of it is self-sufficient.
He got comic books and stuff like that, right? He
got
just got
limited.
Dark Horse.
They just got limited.
And they got limited run with the back.
Yeah,
There's a lot
of stuff. Yeah.
As bad as it's gonna sound, if Microsoft bought EmbracerGroup, you would see a huge layover after. Like, that's something that these companies look at, because it's like they have to keep PR in mind. You know, if we buy this company, what are we gonna have to do that's gonna look bad in press because of this purchase? And they're never gonna take that.
Because you don't want redundancy in titles and stuff like that.
certain Infinity. I can see them buying certain Infinity though.
And
that
Soul,
makes
Soul,
sense.
certain Infinity and Solo make the most
I
sense.
think a Soul makes the most
Fire.
sense. Yeah.
They just show they can do Microsoft Flight
I
Simulator,
ain't gonna
a
lie,
perfect 10
I was-
game, and then you make a Plague Tale.
You can
and
do
you
Flight
can do anything.
Simulator on Xbox One.
Yeah,
We need you.
we need you.
Yeah.
And they do.
We
have-
know that machine. Boy.
But wait, that was Cloud over.
That's kind of
It don't matter. You got to
I see
run.
people saying
What's up?
that Sega don't have studios. What are you talking about? You're buying IPs with Sega, Capcom, or WB would be a smarter move.
I don't like them kids.
Sega Atlas is owned by Sega. That's a studio. I don't
Give
get
me
it.
never room by itself.
What?
Leave WB alone.
I cooled on them.
Yeah, I think the only people
think
they
so
know-
got the nice
Yo,
announcement.
remember when, we a superhero game, we need a hero.
You're right.
I think
I kept saying, leave them
I think
dudes
the only
alone.
studio that they need
The
from
IPs.
them,
He's like,
I'm
yeah,
sticking
I'm
to
not
it.
about WB
Is
Montreal.
Netherrealm.
No, yeah, that's why I'm.
Yeah.
All right, we got Nova 30 M3. Remember for 10 bucks.
Nova.
A lot of pillow talk going on here.
Pillow talk?
Play with your joystick is burning this into his
Oh
memory.
man, that's pause for that.
Keep going.
Keep it
Damn my
going.
pillow.
Pause.
Then we got
Laurie.com. The links at the. Yo, pause.
What he did?
We gonna comment. We gonna move on. We gonna move on. We gonna
He
move
reached
on.
over and touched his pillow.
We gonna move on. Squeeze.
Put his hands on his pillow. Oh man, you
Go
can
to
touch
the-
another man's pillow like that.
Go to the link. Go to the link in the
I ain't
Put a link
description.
at the top of the chat
Yeah,
description.
it's in the description. Get that 50% first 100 pre-orders. Get that Valori Iron Lord edition. You already see what it is.
Look at it.
Get it on down.
Fella bumps.
Pause. Moving on. We got the engineer like, yo, what's good? Continue.
He said, when did I sign up? This
You
is
don't know what he
Sunday
got.
night. You don't watching football.
Just close your eyes. Just feel the embroidery.
Shit.
Feel it.
Let's go.
Then we got,
Move
oh
on.
damn it, I got to jump. Hold on a second.
You gotta jump.
Damn it, I got to jump. Big time.
R. Kelly did something again, didn't he?
We got Nova 30 and oh no, this
Nova
is
30
Peloton.
again?
We did that.
All right,
we
no
did
doubt.
that. Then we get Hectic World, $5 for chat. Embracer does not have AAA studios, so it makes sense for Microsoft to buy them later after the ABK deal.
I think
What is
EmbracerGroup could buy
Embracer?
IPs from them though. Maybe not studios, but a couple IPs.
They probably lease stuff to them. I don't know. I just don't see that happening.
And we got Texas, $5 super chat.
Texas.
Embracer is a holding company, holding the bag for Microsoft to pick up later solutions.
I like you, Texas.
You.
If you think like me, don't
Yeah.
buck up on me, Texas. Buck up on me.
Then we got Michael Santiago, $5 super chat. What an honor it was to meet you guys at Play NYC. This is Mike from yesterday,
Mike
no
from
doubt, my
yesterday.
brother.
Salute, brother. Pleasure.
It was my second year volunteering, and it all started because of you guys.
Wow.
Hashtag NY Stand Up.
No doubt.
Tune
Tune
Medic.
Medic. That's salute,
You
brother.
know,
Great meeting you.
he waited for like 2
Yeah.
hours.
He was like, I'm
He
sorry,
was
no
holding
king,
king,
bro.
dude.
Sorry.
He was really tight.
All right, so what you gonna do is you gonna hit me up, then I'm gonna drive to you. No, I'm not. Yo, we'll do it.
We'll do it. We'll make it happen.
We'll make it
We'll
happen.
do it.
Then we got J1, $5 super chat. Greetings, live lords.
Salute.
Damn it, I
Blessings.
jumped again with that.
Static's laptop is fast.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? What is it?
Greeting live,
490?
Lord. All the partnerships Microsoft is doing makes sense. Xbox doesn't use as much support studios like Sony, aside from Halo. We got a $5 super
Sony
chat
got
from JD
Black
Gamer.
Uh-oh.
And EmbracerGroup market cap is only $6 billion. Only
Oh,
$6
yeah.
billion. So it might be a whole company that gets acquired. $5 super from John TJ. Hi guys, what's in New York? I'm in New York.
Salute.
Got a $2 super chat from Flame. Addict, you can snitch to me. I keep a secret.
No, don't do
No
that.
flame.
I got this.
Flame will put that on the website today.
Uh-oh.
Oh, here you go.
Here we go.
Square will be subdivided after the ABK deal. Oh, this is another thing we mentioned about Square.
What's up?
Square has said they're willing to sell off pieces of each of their
Of
their
what?
studios. So
Okay.
they're willing to sell a piece of, let's say, the studio that makes Final Fantasy, whatever.
Mhm.
You can have they're willing to have people invest specifically in certain studios.
Wow.
They're open and they're like, we can be bought.
They
Yeah,
sound,
they try to get
they
more.
sound like a TikToker. Some TikTok stuff right
Some
there.
TikTok
Yeah, yeah. You put a little bit of money on my bag right here. Just put it right here. Just put it right here.
Then we got JD Gabriel, $5 super chat. Oh no, make a mistake. I think the deal is going through for sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, he just messed
Yeah,
up.
I guess
Oh, sorry, Jay.
autocorrect.
I didn't want to have to get at you.
Then we got Draw TJ, $10 super chat.
TJ.
They need need to get certain affinity. Asobo, Crytek, yes, I like that. IO Interactive, Rise 2, I like that. And Avalanche Studios and Focus Home Interactive, the creator of Callisto Protocol.
They were everything.
Get them all.
Yeah,
they were all.
They're just publishing.
Nobody's buying Crytek. I don't know what the hell is wrong with
The
it.
crazy part is like,
I got dope stuff.
I don't want the engine and the rights to Rise.
Yes, that's it.
the crazy part is if you like read those, Microsoft's making a game with all those games almost. Like, Avalanche Studio, they're making
they got
Contraband. Private Tech, I don't know about that. Certain Affinity, they're doing stuff with them. Like they're doing a lot of stuff with studios they don't own. Free Arcade is next.
Free Arcade. $5 super chat. Y'all missing the point. Don't matter what Microsoft buy. Ain't nothing stopping Sony because Jim is dominating your wallet, Kang.
He dominating your wallet. Listen here, Kels. My wallet don't get dominated, Kels. Your wallet gets dominated. As a matter of fact, you don't even got a wallet. You in jail. Yo, go play your bunk, Kels. How you keep making it? Who's letting them out? Watch yourself.
So R. Kelly, he's pretty much saying you have to donate bigger if you want to dominate.
No, I ain't say all that. I ain't say all that. I ain't say all that, Kels. I appreciate everything, even if you just tweet that thing. I don't care.
Now we got JD Gamer member for 32 months. Shout out to you, sir. Here's some conspiracy theories for you. Microsoft buys Embracer, gets a bunch of support studios and IP, then a comic book. Then they buy Netflix. Jesus, man. I really want them to.
Jesus. I just want what we put in the stash house. That's all I want. Give me what I said to go get. That's it.
Then we got y'all baby $5. Bless up, Lords. Y'all in town. I'm about to hop on the 2 train with the Zaza.
Blessings.
There we go. We got JD Gamer once again. $10 super chat. Buying EmbracerGroup is a long play that allows that Netflix purchase to then have premium IP. Like 2 million. Legacy of Kain. That's too much. Yeah. Deus Ex. Those studios though.
Oh, I want that.
Plus all those comic book IP would make great content, movies or TV. And that's another thing. I really do think that moving forward, Microsoft is going to start looking at this all the cross media stuff.
Oh, you talking about the transcendent media?
Yeah. Because it's just everybody else is doing it.
They
it's
did
finally
that
time.
already.
Well,
it didn't go well.
But we got a season 2 coming, so it went well enough.
They don't look for that.
They don't care.
No, I'm talking about.
I was told season 2 was before they even first.
I'm talking about transcendent media. Microsoft did that. They opened up the movie studios and they closed those. Right. They spent a boatload of bread. But there was another dude in charge at that period of time, and he thought TV was the way. And somebody else
might take a more measured approach as opposed to like all aggressive, all in.
I think build your house first.
No,
don't stretch yourself too.
I agree. Get the games out.
But you ain't putting no games out. Let's keep it above.
Let's not worry about expansion.
Let's worry about your house.
Yes.
Get the games out.
Yes, please.
Yeah, for sure. We got Donald Taco $5. Xbox don't need any more studios. They were gonna win even before Activision. #facts.
I feel like they're definitely not going to win yet. I mean, I do feel like they have a way better chance. We just got to see the games that they produce with what they're doing.
ABK kills the other competition, and it kills the other competition
in terms of monetization.
Well, I mean, it kills the competition in the form of this. Once you remove the barrier of entry with the Call of Duty, 800 million in 3 days, that is not nothing to play with. If that thing gets inside Game Pass, you might as well just wrap it up.
Free R. Kelly, $2 super chat. Iron Lords need to buy Twitter Blue for that tech.
oh, that's next. Elon, what's up? For sure, I'm gonna holler at Elon. As soon as he put the price up, I'm blue. How about you, Kels? You blue?
You gotta get that verified check.
That's right. So when you tweet at me, you show respect.
Caught up.
Caught up?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
So we can jump into Phil's comments.
Oh.
Phil's comments.
Yeah, man. Let me read a shout.
You'll have to read all of them to me because I didn't watch any of them.
No, it's cool. We just paraphrase. Shout out to Sam Green. You know what I mean? So, yeah, subject about first party games. You know, came up and about the type of year it was having. And shout out to Phil Dominus Maximus from Really Expensive. He had pretty much said, hey, one thing we've definitely heard loud and clear, it's been too long since we shipped what people would say is a big first party game. We can have our excuses with COVID and other things, but in the end, I know people invest in our platform and they want to have great games. But I look at 2023, and there's a great lineup of games that are coming that I'm excited about. Getting our first real Xbox first-party game out of Bethesda, having them ship with Redfall and Starfield will be a lot of fun. And then Phil also stated Xbox was doing a lot more work on PC, and then they would launch a big update for its Xbox app in a few weeks. So this is the talk that's going on. Obviously, we've talked ad nauseum about 2022 and what happened and what didn't happen as far as first-party, AAA releases. So what do you feel, Addict, when you hear Phil Dominus come out and say, look, we admit, this was not what Xbox fans expect, and, they're looking forward to more of this drought.
Well, it's definitely not what I expected. I'm gonna need to see. I'm gonna need to see action behind words. I'm tired of words. I need to see action. And so it's like I said when it comes to the Halo thing. Like, stay inside, stop making statements, and show me. You've been talking a lot. You've been talking for years at this point. So it's just like, nah, I'm not about that talking stuff. You gonna have to show me, or stop talking. Stop showing up to the mall with no date. Like, show me what you talking about.
So don't even jump on no interview. Just be quiet.
Well, see, he's got to do this. I mean, but to me, it's just like, I don't want to hear it. That's why I didn't watch it.
Okay,
it's
like,
like, do what you got to do, but I'm not listening until I see what I need done.
I feel that. I got a second part to follow up with Shaun. What's up, man? But what about this? Phil actively coming out and saying, that this is Xbox fans expect a certain type of game, a AAA game. No disrespect. Obviously, we've had Grounded, you know what I'm saying? We've had games that have come out this year that's launched in Game Pass stuff, but they're kind of a smaller variety, right? Smaller than AAC and stuff like that. But, what do you think about these statements?
I mean, I think it's only been positive that they come out and admit the things that they know fans are disappointed with, right? We're far past the time where coming out there with these statements that are just sort of covering up what you're doing and not letting your fans know exactly what it is that you're doing. Those days are over. Like,
see, but he's not saying what they're doing. He's just reaffirming the same stuff he's already said 8 different ways in the past 2 years.
But I never heard him come out and say outright that
directly that way.
Like, one thing we've heard loud and clear is that the fact that they didn't ship.
We're failing.
I've never heard him outright say that.
Right,
and he's saying stuff like, we can improve in this area, we can improve in that area. To me, that's all the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but it hits different. I think it hits different when it comes out and says it.
It's different.
So for me, like, it's the truth. It's the truth. It's a little different for me because I don't have time to play half of these games. So I'm not sitting there angry at him that Starfield is not here because I'm gonna get 5 hours into Starfield maybe.
But for the rest of the populace.
For the rest of the populace who's really, that they really care about that stuff and really care about the cadence is what has been said. All I say is this. I really do feel that next year, we've been hearing, wait till next year. I really do feel that 2023.
But we said that last year.
Ooh,
and the year before.
I like the question.
I can literally go back and send you videos of us saying word almost verbatim. My E3 this year gonna be it.
This was the year, to Adam's point.
E3 this year gonna be lit.
2022 was the year that was promised.
We probably said this every year.
That was the year that was promised.
E3 was
lit. And I'm not saying that there isn't. I'm not saying there isn't variables to consider.
Right.
I do think the pandemic put a huge wrench in everyone's thing. And I do think that they're going to have a good 2023, but it's like, look, we can see stuff on paper. We got to see it executed. And I think the biggest thing is going to determine, there's going to be 3 high factors in this. 1 is what Starfield does. 2 is what Hellblade does. And 3 is what we see happening with the Activision deal.
I think the quality is going to matter more than anything else, right? People talk about the cadence and the fact that they came out and said something to the effect of like, hey, we're supposed to give you guys every quarter, we said that. So that cadence, you have to, I think once again, you kind of stepped on a mini rake there by just saying that that's where you wanted to be and that being the expectation. Everything has gotten pushed back. Hopefully they've caught up. even if they caught up to the point where they have 6 first-party games ready to go, I don't see us getting 6 first-party games.
Hold that thought. I got something for you.
Next year.
Hold that thought.
So I know there's been a lot of conversation around like, yo, what if you just get next year what they promised you this year and nothing else?
You hold that thought. Don't go yet.
Here's the thing. The reason I said there's 3 is I think there has to be a representation of every big move they made. Hellblade is the initial studios they bought. I think that's one of the biggest games. I would consider Valve there, but I think Hellblade is going to be the graphical intense piece. And I think to a lot of people that's important right now. We got games like Grounded, you got games like Bleeding Edge that came out. Like people are starting to put Xbox with like a cartoony look. Right. So I think Hellblade shows we're gonna have a realistic graphical advantage.
They need the one that God of War, this game.
So and then you got you look over and you got Starfield. Starfield I think is what represents the Bethesda purchase. It shows that they're not making that Bethesda is back on track to where they used to be, and it shows this is what we have in store for you, and then it gets people more excited for anything that Bethesda studios are making, especially Elder Scrolls 6. And then Activision, you know, we got to see exactly, is Call of Duty doing this? Is Call of Duty doing that? Then you got to see, how is this going to integrate to, like, you know, Game Pass? What's that going to, are they going to do something like Valorant, where all the Overwatch characters are in Game Pass? Like, it's just, you got to see, you could go out and buy 100 different things. We got to see how is it going to interest us.
And I think that's the big thing, right? Once this deal is, we've been talking about this deal for a year already, right? I want to see how it applies to the real world.
Facts.
What really does happen with all this stuff? How long are these contracts in place where we're not going to get Call of Duty and Game Pass for however long? All of this stuff is, I think 2023 is when we start to see it, when we begin to see it. The quality is going to be a big deal. Yes. I know we're talking about quantity right now. The quality is going to be a big deal. And if Starfield don't hit where it's supposed to, if Forza doesn't hit where it's supposed to,
Forza always hits.
And that's the thing, Forza always hits, right? And the other one, Redfall.
That's big too.
That's the only. The ones that we don't know about is the dudes that ain't been outside yet.
Right. Facts.
But Forza hit the streets hard.
We know about it. I'm gonna tell you this. I see them all being 85 and higher because. Let's keep it a buck. This is their first foray with Xbox proper.
Yes.
Arcane don't miss.
I'm still on a little bit iffy with Redfall. Like
I saw 4K 60. Man, if I'm good. I saw 4K 60. We good.
I'm more open-minded than I used to be because I used to be really down on Redfall. I do think they've shown me a little bit more for me to have a little bit more faith in it, but I still got to see the game in action.
I like for Redfall, they give me that Stephen King vibe, and just the gameplay of Arcane games are so damn good to me. And again, I think Forza's the showpiece. You have to come out with Forza and say, oh, it blows. Gran Turismo. It's got to be that.
Anything blow Gran Turismo.
Gran
That shit, bro.
Let's be real here. By the time Forza comes out, Gran Turismo will be dead.
Y'all not gonna like
it. It's dead already, most likely.
It's that thing with.
Have you not seen the bad publicity that game gets?
Yeah, but the hardcore still don't play it. See, the hardcore, those games are hardcore.
But those people aren't leaving anyway.
Yeah,
they don't matter.
That's the fire.
So that's it. You know, Phil doing what Phil does well, and he's the best at, which is, you know, coming out, he knows what to say, just when to say it, how to say it.
Seasoned.
He's very seasoned. He's
media savvy.
So my man, Phil Dalvin's back outside saying that, you know, he understands Xbox fans disappointed with the 2022 offering. He's excited about 2023, but kind of like the first time he's actually outright said that. So where you at?
So check it out, right? We consider Papa John's, as far as pizza goes, some people like Papa John's, Domino's, those are big ticket items, right?
Okay.
We're gonna put that as AAA.
Okay.
Right? And no, let's just say that, right?
And that's the only
Just check it out. No, I'm talking about pizza. We talk about pizza.
Okay, you talking about
right? So I'm talking about as far as fast food. AAA. Yo, let me get this Domino's. Boom. Get that to your house. Let me get that. Oh, you don't like that? Let's get Papa John's.
Right.
All right. You like the sauce and you like the jalapeno they get with you. All right. So that's a little premium. That's a little different. Then the pizza shop on the corner.
Okay.
All right.
Local guy.
All right. So little kids, we all in the car. We say, "Yo, Phil, we want pizza." Papa John's. Well, we believe in generations, right? So Game Pass, they're giving you the regular slices. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep you, satiated right
little
now. indie,
little
right?
AA.
Yeah, here you go. You know, nice stuff.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah.
This is cross-generation stuff. We don't believe in that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? These are the real people, but these are the real people that don't believe in generations.
Right.
I mean, that do believe in generations, don't believe in cross-gen.
Right.
Xbox One is dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's gone. Discontinue. We finished with that. We on to the series.
Yeah.
So if you want these next-gen games, you gotta wait a little bit. Hold tight, Papa. It's coming, but eat this pizza from across the street real quick. Papa John's is coming next year.
Okay.
All right, so, and it's only gonna be served over here. See, you dudes that want that AAA experience and y'all been bothering Sony, that's why your God of War's cross-gen. That's why it's hampered. That's why you ain't gonna get the best you can get. But next year, when Starfield drop, Xbox One ain't talk. You cloud. You cloud this. All right. You want to play it? You go in the cloud. And you play it. You do not play it direct. No local for you.
Okay, I got you.
You cloud. All right. So you have been regulated the cloud. And
so this way, so what you saying is Phil is. Microsoft's more advanced by moving away.
We moving away.
So you willing to give that a pass for the wait because you know
I'm not giving no
next
pass.
generation
Listen,
only
I'm not giving
experiences. That's what we doing.
I'm not giving a pass.
All right, what we doing?
What I'm saying is, they still giving us pizza. Right. We still eating. We eating good.
Yeah, it's still good.
But we still want that Papa John's.
Right,
now, if that Papa John's come to the house and they cook right, now I get to go to HR. We got a problem here. I'm on the phone.
Right.
I don't like how this Redfall feeling.
Right.
The Starfield ain't hitting right. So that's why I was telling you the other day. I think next year is set up to be their greatest year, or possibly the most horrible year. Right? Because you have two
horrible year.
You have two.
Pack it up.
You have two IPs.
Right.
That are unproven.
First
time in the world.
Redfall, Starfield.
Right.
Yes.
But the studios behind them have
cash in.
Yeah.
Yes.
What I'm hearing is there's a good chance that Contraband comes out next year too.
We'll get to the filler. It's cool, but
I don't think that's a filler.
I meant to say, I mean disrespectfully, but you know what I'm saying, like additive.
The things that we aren't expecting. Yeah.
But this is the thing. We don't know about them.
Oh, no question. No, this question. Of
course. Isn't it a possibility that it could hit wrong? Like it don't.
No, there's always a possibility. Anything go wrong.
Only thing.
The chat going in on you, King. Why are we using Papa John's when the local joints are always better?
And that's what you eat at.
That's
the difference. That's the difference.
So
I eat there when I'm going to.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Just because you guys be talking about this pizza stuff,
right?
Like,
yeah, we gonna
so why are we talking about Papa John's when we got the local stuff? That's what I want to know.
Why
I travel when you talking about Papa John's?
All right, you know what? Okay, so this is what I tell you. Right? This is what I tell you. A Papa John's pizza is what? 25, 26, 27.
Right.
So a pie at my store is $16.
Yeah, cheaper.
Right. Cheaper. Don't tell me what's hot, bro, and you going cheaper. That's what I'm talking. That's the difference. So next year, when the real bangers start to come out, you'll understand what it tastes like for real. Because you don't know, you still playing that God of War. Get off the PlayStation. But I'm just saying this. I'm saying for good games to come, and it's only on these consoles that you talked about. Y'all wanted it to happen. You gotta wait a second. And they know the pandemic was this way. Well, we could have
Phil said that we don't want to use the excuse of the pandemic. He said he actually said that.
So then he's in there taking lumps for no reason. Right.
So
because they
he should have kept his mouth shut on that. He should have said nothing about that. But I want you to ask, because when it comes to 2023, you asked me a question.
I'm about to get there. I'm going to get it. So look, I'm going to give a pause and we're going to get to the main event. What I'm going to ask you, because anecdote what I'm about to say. All right, so look, I'm going to be real. I was surprised he said this. I was surprised he said he acknowledged probably like, yo, this is not what Xbox fans expect. Right. You know what I mean? This is
at least he's taking accountability.
Right, that's accountability. I'm like, okay, cool. But to Adam's point, you know, just like anything else, nobody really want to hear it necessarily. It's kind of a show me more. Right?
But you know what it does?
I didn't mean to make you laugh. I didn't mean to make you laugh.
You can't turn your camera.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's just what it is.
Even though I don't want to hear the words, I do like that he said them because it showed at least
accountability.
it's checking themselves.
It's leadership.
Like
show
they're not getting too
Right.
full of themselves. They're not acting like what they're doing is right.
Exactly. And for the masses, it was kind of like, yo, this is what we need to do. We need to fix what's going on and see what's up. Because some almost had a connection, but we're going to continue. So look, at the end of the day, this is what I said. The big talk is 2022, right? What happened? Redfall, Starfield was supposed to be here, they not here. And now these games, right, that was supposed to move on, right, that's supposed to be this year, are now moved to next year. So this is the big debate. Shout out to Random throwing that team in and started this discussion offline. So the debate is, okay, so now we look at 2023. We assume, because the way they set up E3, they said the next, what is it, 12 months,
12
whatever
months
it is, right?
fun.
So June to June almost, right?
Right.
So we're talking that these games should come out, right? So if, let's just say hypothetically, Redfall, top of the year, first half, maybe what, February, March, whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we don't know when Forza drops, right? Okay, boom, Forza comes in. Then Starfield, the question mark is Starfield, right? But if we have those three games, Redfall, okay, right? And then you say Forza, like you said,
Right.
Turn 10 and Playground. If there's
that's gonna hit
any
crazy.
people we could say we hypothetically, like we could bet on being a quality game in the Xbox ecosystem, we could say it's a Forza game, right? So now becomes
Not that
Starfield.
one. But, yeah,
No, but
I don't like. No,
I know you don't like. Yeah, me personally, I'm a Horizon.
You're a
guy.
Horizon dude.
But
I'm gonna throw that whole car out.
but
the
as
window.
far as, even though we don't play them, as far as the simulation thing, the simulation racer guy, he love that.
Yeah, out the window.
That's
Forza's A1.
that's A1. Then we sort of got
Like-
out the window.
A1, like, sorry.
okay.
Like the socks I got on.
Oh, we trying to get them back.
A1 like the sauce. A1. Hit me up, bro.
I like
You and Crocs still.
Anyway, moving on. So we got
No A1 on the steaks, please.
I don't eat steak.
Oh, yeah, you
But
know.
A1, what's
What's
up?
up? Anyway, so look. So now that shaped it up. So the question is, if those three are the three, right? And let's just say, hypothetically, Starfield needs a little bit more time. And Starfield is kind of like that second half year. So now you have a year of those three, and maybe whatever fills
That would be a
out.
lot in.
All right, but hold on. Let's just say that is the year. The question is that a W or an L if it's just those three and nothing? Now, as far we know global publishing, we know other game cast deals. Okay, what you know?
What I'm talking about is you said 12 months.
Right.
All right? You said 12 months.
Okay.
From E3 to next E3, these games better show up.
Mm.
All right? I don't care
So
about.
Starfield need more time.
I don't care about the more time. You get everybody, get Crystal D, get the initiative, get everybody over into the. I don't care.
Oh, so now
You
we don't
pull
care.
No, you know why?
Why?
You never should have told me 12 months. You should have never told me from this is what we're doing now. This is what we will.
But Todd told Phil that last time. Todd said, "Yo, we had the date 11/11." He came to Phil. He was just dropping.
advance.
And
you
then
know
said,
what?
"Hey Phil, you know what? We need a little bit more."
You know
time."
what happened?
And then Phil said, "All right."
He was there.
And Phil took
It's
the lump.
still-
Let's call it what Phil is taking a lump for Bethesda
For other people's
release date on 2022.
Yeah, because
It was supposed to be out.
Todd never came out to say anything about the release date.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
Phil took that on his chin.
All right,
So-
check it out.
Okay,
check it out.
let's go.
It's still falling to 12 months.
Okay.
12 months.
So it's okay.
That's
so,
it.
So it's Starfield
I
need more
think-
time. It's L.
It better be in June.
I think the 12,
What if it's
No.
I think the 12 months was designed to not show Fable, to not show Valve.
Right, to not show
have an
future stuff.
To have an excuse for why they're not there.
That's
I think that there is a chance it gets.
That's just, I believe a man of his word. He has been a man of his word for a long time.
Hey, but if you remember correctly, that man never said that at the event.
Yeah, he did not say that.
No, he didn't, but he also
He stood
said,
behind the words.
but he
I
also
don't
said
think
he was going to get a baseball game and he got dads.
Oh, no, for sure.
So, bada bing, right? I'm going to rock with him for 12 months.
Okay.
And then,
So according to
12
you,
months, 12 months.
if Starfield gets delayed and that's a full game, that's an L.
Oh, hell yeah, it's an L. It better come out in June. I don't care about your synergy with meeting and aligning the stars and having this. I don't care about 11/23. No. June. That's your cutoff date for that game. June.
So okay, hold on.
Okay.
let's say it comes out June, but it's buggy, comes out in November, it's perfect.
Yes. Well, let's say we could.
I've been playing buggy games forever. I don't care.
Oh, so you bumped after that?
Huh?
Listen.
listen.
You ain't gonna get them in town with the most
I'm
ambitious
not-
star crafting game, space,
You know why?
space,
You know why not?
No Man's
You know why
Sky,
not? You know why not?
Mass Effect,
You know why
all
not?
in one.
They said they just needed a little bit more time. You didn't say you needed a lot.
All right, but
You said a little bit. You said a couple of months.
Facts.
See,
But,
but
all right,
I
but hit
think-
it. Then when Phil go by the studio and it's by June and it's Craig face and stuff.
And then this is when you do this.
He see the Craig face.
This,
Then what?
this is when you do this. Yeah. Gallagher. Yeah. Do me a favor, send the whole initiative over.
Send Chris to D over.
Send Chris to D over.
Send Eidos Montreal.
Hold on. A page coalition. And
All hands on deck.
Get turn 10.
Okay.
Yeah, turn 10. Yes, turn 10. Get turn 10. I know Playgrounds is doing what they doing, but this game got to come out in June.
Okay.
Because King said so.
So you know what all you just did? You delayed all those games.
No, yeah, he literally.
I don't care because they wasn't shown. They were not shown. Whatever was shown at E3 better come out.
So you mean to tell me? So instead of having one game delayed 6 months, you just had
You
8
want
games
the rest of the whole lot. You want every studio
So
on deck for this.
Check it out. Were they shown at E3?
Who?
The other.
No, correct.
They were not.
Avowed.
So what did they do? Right? They shot out jail for a little bit. Is these dudes here got to get out?
So you in alignment with Rand, which is like they come out, right? And then you get one of them joints that wasn't seen. Maybe that Hellblade.
Yes.
Maybe that of how.
At the end of the year.
Right, at the end of the
After
year.
E3.
And then
And
you
the
talk
next
about
12 months.
the most monster year,
That's
most likely
right.
for Xbox.
Yes.
You try to kill the king. All right,
Yeah.
cool. Let's go with you, Ash. So those three. Let's go three. Oh, I'm gonna put it right to you. If it is Redfall, Forza, and Starfield, only those three, as people say to me, is it a down?
Light work.
I think as long as Starfield does what Starfield's supposed to be, it can only be Starfield. Like, because as long as you have a title that dominates the conversation on everything else, if you have a game of the year, you've won already. But if you have multiple contenders, obviously Forza ain't going to get it because you know how they feel about racing.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just like,
IGN won. IGN last year for the Horizon.
my personal opinion when it comes to it is, if Starfield needs the time, give Starfield the time.
They don't get no more time. You got till June. You said June to June.
I mean, he do
So
got
the
a
next
point.
stuff,
I'm with you.
listen,
He got a
June
point.
to June.
Right there. But if someone came and said, "Yo, I know I said,"
I don't care.
But don't come in hot.
I don't care. Don't bring me no bad news. Do not knock on my door
I don't
without
wanna hear
having a
it. I don't wanna hear
solution.
it.
King, but king. All right, you right.
Y'all saw the Wicked Witch of the West, right? What happened? She sent them goons out when you came with bad news. Don't bring me no bad
This the same
news.
dude that be talking about 343. He must send
Yeah,
another
but I'm
game
saying,
out.
you want Halo Infinite Starfield? We just came off that, kid.
Nobody told him to put that in. Show me if you ain't ready to play. Right, you see? Listen, they gave me a nice controller. Got a nice controller, Halo, right? Listen, this is what I play Halo with too. This I support.
Yes.
And I hold you to accountable for your words.
So
They said, no.
What if it's 10 if it's November? What if it's a-
No.
what is it?
No. Okay, so listen. They always want to switch it up. They always want to change up stuff. Yo, what's your numbers? We don't go by that. We go by engagement. All right? So we go by engagement, right? We go by engagement, right? All right. So y'all engaging crazy. So now we got to follow engagement, right? Y'all go to E3, y'all change the format up. They ain't showing you nothing down the road.
Okay,
We're
fair,
showing
fair,
you the next 12 months.
All right, I got him.
So check it out. Next 12 months, right? Every time you want to switch it up, so it fit you, it better fit you.
Okay, fair enough.
You got till June.
Okay, but here, so let's just say,
Right.
that the Activision Blizzard King gets done, right?
there's a lot of hypotheticals.
Just let me play with this Iowa Rock. That's what we do.
Right.
So now we get that Diablo main fame. Hotness. Diablo 4 game.
Was that shown at E3?
Yes, it is.
It was, right?
Yes, it was.
Then it gotta come out.
Diablo 4, right? And the Call of Duty joint. You get the influx of all the back catalog, Blizzard, Activision in the Game Pass.
All in Game
Then
Pass,
we
they
talking Xbox Global Publishing. they got some deals, right? Then let's say we talk about one of them little secret projects. Maybe what is it, the contrabands or the
Whose job is the job?
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so let's say you can still get all that with the Starfield.
No, you said 12 months. Yo, listen. Okay, so if a girl tell you, y'all go out to date, right? Y'all go out to date, right? You're going out, right? And she said, nah, I don't want to do nothing right now. Right?
Oh, she holds it out.
I don't do nothing right now. I don't get nothing right now.
So give it up.
But in 4 months,
Yes.
in 4 months,
Going
I'm
out.
ready. Because that's my hard line.
Yeah,
So you respect that hard line.
Yeah, right.
But you were supporting.
Right.
You taking out to
Doing
eat.
all that.
You calling Ubers. You going to the movies. And you doing the fake happy smile face. Like, inside you know it.
No fun.
You ain't
it
getting
out.
nothing.
You closed it out.
But you in there sweating hard. Like, you sweating hard. And it's no nut November for you for 4 months. 4 months. And then she come to you in that 4 months. You ready. You strong as hell. You ready. And she tell you, I'm not ready yet. You got to go. It's over. The deal is over. You said 4 months. That's it. You got 12. See you in June. That's all. We got no more to talk about. See you in June. If we don't see you in June, you gonna have issues.
She love you though.
No, she don't love me. She telling me that. She don't love. Listen, respect my wallet. Respect my wallet.
So if you got
I've been paying Game Pass for a long time.
Facts.
Respect my. You said.
You put her in a
12
new house.
months.
You put her in a new
You said
house.
it, that's right.
You bought the studio. You don't want to hear none of that.
I don't want it. I don't care whose job it is to jump. That's your business. You told me 12 months. Don't talk about all the extra. Oh, we just got ABK, so we got all. I don't care.
Jason said why your friends are getting lucky in the process.
Exactly, right? Everybody else getting lucky but me.
Just imagine like the God will walk in the room. I'm hitting that. I ain't hitting nothing.
No.
King is smoking. So we gotta get you in, man. Like again, if this, I'm painting the scenario. If it's only Redfall, Forza Motorsport, and Starfield. If those are the 3 AAA, if those are the ones for 2023, is it now?
No, it's not. You see, this is the thing. It's like that's an argument a little kid would fight against. Like,
hear
but
that
you
kid?
promised me this on this
I
day.
told you I was an infant.
Yeah.
I did not tell you I was an infant.
He did say,
I'm a child.
I want what I want, what I
child.
want. And you promised this.
Right.
Yes, he did say he stayed on the square.
I'm a
Yeah,
whole child.
I can't go with the argument like, okay, so we didn't get the games before. We're getting them now. So somehow they're devalued.
They
now.
devalued now.
We get them
Because you know.
Because we get them later. You getting them now.
They give your money every month.
You gotta
be
keep
fair.
in mind little stuff like Minecraft Legends and Age of
Oh
Empires
my
4.
yes. Oh yeah.
We're getting all that spring next year. You talking
It's-
about Lies of
whose
P?
fault is that?
Ooh, Liza
You
Boy.
talking about what's the other one?
Atomic Heart.
Atomic
Game
Heart.
Pass,
What's the
Day.
other one? The other one that was like Blade Runner, the 2D joint.
The 2D Joe. Oh, I know.
On something or whatever.
Oh, we're talking about the replace.
Replaced.
Replace. And talk about the old laws.
Yeah, we got Warlords. Nah.
So.
And then
Continue.
Starfield, 11/11/23. That's I'm sorry.
Okay.
A BGS game is
Then I
broken.
want for how many months?
Kiss me said Flintlock.
Yeah.
He said what?
Okay, get Stalker 2. You
Listen,
forgot about
I
Stalker 2?
don't
Yeah,
care.
That's
yo,
a
chat,
massive
put
hit,
some
kid.
names in
don't
there, man.
care.
We
It's
gotta
not my
convince
business.
kids. They gotta wait a little longer.
He promised you, but I'm gonna tell you this right now. If there's ever a game that is never finished, it's a BGS game. Bro, you don't want that game in June. I'm sorry, you don't want it.
You don't want it in June.
No, you don't want it in June.
I want what they say. Don't get me all hyped up
wait,
and lathered
so
up
wait,
for something. And 12 months. You know how it is. Because a brother can hold out. I can hold out.
So wait,
You said 12, I'm on 12, son. After 12.
When you played it, right, and then the character model come back like this,
Yeah,
and
what
like,
was it?
and they like we live, it look like we live, and then
They gotta come out.
and then the whole narrative on Twitter is that.
Whose fault is that?
It's
Not
yours,
my
because you
fault.
forced it to
No, you know
Right,
why?
right, King.
I don't get paid the big bucks.
Okay.
But what I do
Because
pay,
Phil was like, yo, King.
but
King,
what I
to be
do pay,
honest.
no, On the first of every month, that Game Pass check come right out.
Facts.
Why? You got my whole serial number, everything. Why? Before my money don't even touch the bank. Game Pass already. Thank you. 12 months, right?
Right.
We good. I'm thanking you too.
Okay.
12 months. If Starfield ain't out in 12 months, it's a problem.
All right.
I'm gonna do a whole video. My own video.
You gonna do a video?
My own video.
Yeah, so finish up.
No, so that's it. To me, and if it's just those 3 games, again, everything goes back. I'm not worried about what you were supposed to have in 2023, right? I'm not. So the argument that, hey, okay, if it's only those 3, what did you have planned for 2023?
Right, that's the argument.
Right?
That's the argument. Shout out my boy Red Out Thought. He told me, he said, he's with King, because he's saying that means that what would you have planned for 2023, being that these games are supposed to come out?
I feel like it's okay to want all 4.
Right.
But I do feel like it's one of those things. You look at everything. It's like Starfield, Forza, and Redfall, and then you got the Age of Empire 4 hitting on Xbox. I feel like that's a solid. You could be greedy and want Hellblade with it, but I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to be.
They didn't show Hellblade at E3.
They have
So they
didn't show that.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
before.
Let me ask you this then. If you get those before E3 and you get Hellblade next year in the holiday, you think that's a good?
You know, I'm the dude in the contract. I'm the dude in the contract. If you sign that contract and you say you're gonna juggle and spit fire, you better juggle and spit fire.
Or else it's breach of contract.
And then I want reparations.
I mean, let's all finish.
No, I mean, to me, those 3 games, if they hit where they're supposed to hit, that's going to be plenty.
You can't accept this.
And then when you think about the other stuff they have, so like everybody is so concerned with it has to be first party. The first party will come when it's ready. I don't want any of these games coming out undercooked. And then the narrative turns to once again.
Guess again, they don't know how to manage the studio. Oh, look at these quality mid games. Look how they rushed it out the door. What are they doing? Management, Game Pass. You know how.
So we knew what was going on with 343, and I think Halo's an outlier.
Okay.
Right, I think with so much stuff going on with that, and already the perception with them was a little bit tainted.
Smooth's agreeing with you. He said every game from last summer's showcase better be out by 20.
Right. No, I'm gonna tell you right now, the majority agree with King.
Because they don't want to hear that.
No, I've seen.
I think there's a difference between what we want, what's realistic.
But you saw what they did to our E3 though. They turned our E3 into no more dreaming to the future.
Right, you're gonna
this
get right
is
now.
Right here. They grounded us.
They grounded us right. You're absolutely right, and it's on them to execute. All I'm saying is that Starfield represents something bigger, bro. So like Starfield.
All right,
I'm jumping after you.
Let me give you to another one. Let me say they do announce Starfield delayed till 11/11/2023. You get Forza before E3, you get Redfall, they announce a release date next month, and you get that like February, March. You get like little games, sprinkled between, but that June event, they announce Hellblade release date. They announce, let's say Valve release date. They announce whatever the next holiday game is, maybe Valve next holiday. And we have a really good presentation next year that's solid, that we all like, but Starfield is delayed. Are you okay with that exchange?
No,
it gets delayed to the end of the year.
No, I'm not okay with it because you lied to me.
Okay.
That's the thing.
So
it's a rate they didn't need to step on that rate, especially when you include a game like a BGS game and you give it any kind of window. I've always felt that type of game, bro. Todd, as good as Todd is, his game's broken.
They be having issues.
There's
no doubt.
It's just the nature of that game.
Starfield represents
what you're
generation of Xbox.
Because you spoke to Maddie. Maddie is high on the hog on this game. A lot of people are.
But
I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't care about those games.
No, they're
and
facts.
There's one dude that cares about Forza, right? And then there's another dude that cares about Redfall, don't care about Forza, and don't feel about this. So this is, again, I'm talking for those individuals that don't care about
No, there's dudes that don't care about Starfield. They want Hellblade.
They need to do what they said. And if they want us to fall in line and follow suit, like we in the streets, Y'all was getting mollywopped and beat up and tossed all around when y'all wasn't selling the same numbers. And y'all gave me ammo to yell out and say, engagement.
Yeah.
You fixed it, you changed it, right?
Correct.
So these dudes had their little E3,
Right.
and their little E3 was banging.
Oh, for sure.
They showed you future stuff, they showed you now stuff.
sure.
Y'all guys said, calm down, calm down. Only 12 months.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
This is what's coming out.
Right.
But then you got to think about 2023 up till June. That's only half the year.
Right.
So
There's still some-
Right.
what are they going to give us
After
for-
E3, we get another 12 months of fun.
So
Right.
here's a question: do they do that 12-month thing?
They better. Don't you change it up on me. Don't you buck up on me.
I want them to change it.
Don't you
Well,
buck
I know
up
he
on me.
wants to find this guy. He wants
Yeah,
to hear him.
but they're gonna show Fable next year though.
Mhm.
And then you got that 12 months. How would
So
you feel?
if it hits in that before
Yeah.
June, where do you want it to hit? Because if it hits
June.
Yeah, June, they ain't the most time.
you want it to, so you want
June.
it to hit June.
I wanted
As
to
we're
hit.
going to E3.
I wanted to hit in June, right when kids is getting out of school. I want them to destroy their fun for the summer. I want them locked in the house playing this game.
I think if it comes out next year and doesn't get delayed, it's May.
I've never been a fan of a game coming out so close to E3, bro.
I think May 15th.
I'm just saying June to give it time. Just saying
the
it's
thing
beat
about
up.
Starfield, why I feel the
Yeah.
end of the year, no matter what they said, it's
Yeah.
like that's a game that you sell special edition consoles with.
Yeah.
You do all like, to me that feels like a holiday thing.
Yeah.
So to
No, I
say
get what
that
you're saying.
Starfield, just because you had to delay it from its original release date, and to be like, okay, we're gonna give it to you.
couple months.
Yeah.
That's just killing me. They acting like
But
they not gonna get it
told
the whole
me
year.
4 months already. They
No,
told me
you know what the L is?
But-
If they fall out of 2023.
Right, that's when I'm with him.
That's the
if
L.
they be like, yo, it's not coming in 2023 at all.
January,
Yeah, now it's like,
January
fam, what's going
2024.
on? I'm with, all I'm seeing is
So
just a couple
what-
of months. So hold on, look at these. My thing is this: we not gonna act like Starfield when it hit, but that's the 18 zeitgeist. It's going
They
to
really don't
have
hit.
Elden Ring level. Yo, what planet was you on? What was you doing? Oh my God! It's going to control the next. You talk about Elder Scrolls in space. New IP, Xbox exclusive, right? Now we talk about that. Redfall would be conservative, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say Redfall in the 80s, even though that latest trailer looked really, really good.
4K 60.
right? 4K 60. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, right? So my thing is, okay, that's the question mark. We don't know yet. It's arcade, but it's arcade new, first time out.
time
You know what I mean?
Brand new IP
Brand
as
new
well.
IP. Okay, bam. Forza, we know what Forza do. If it's anything we gonna, it would be the ultimate banana peel. We know they slip or they fall out, make a 90. Metacritic off rip. Anything they do.
Yeah.
So Starfield is so that you cannot have egg on the face of Starfield. You cannot have the face of the new generation of Xbox in their control with any warts. It got to be as clean as possible.
Yep.
So you launch that bad boy out. And here's the thing, I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it. But my thing is this. You still got the Hellblade on deck, right?
Y'all doing a lot of trying to sell me on
Listen.
wait up for this.
I'm telling you, my thing is the wait is months, though. It's not like we telling you to wait years.
You know,
Our argument is
But
is
to
the
be
fact
fair,
that
we have waited
They
for
had
years.
no reason to put dates on this time.
Right, and that's where I'm with
They
him.
had no reason.
They
to
had
do it.
no reason, Todd, they had no reason to come out there and say 11. And that's why they in the predicament they in. And I'm with him there. They shouldn't say, because now it's like your family. You just said this.
you
and you
set
said
my
that.
man up.
Yes,
Like he
okay.
set
Right.
my man up. Take the love. Take
Facts.
the
I'm
L.
with you.
All right,
I'm
so
with you.
And then
Phil
they
is
put
like,
themselves in another corner now with this.
but the 12 months is gonna run.
Right.
I'm sure. I have faith in the 12. You know why I have faith in the 12 months?
Mhm.
Because Phil said that.
Yeah.
The 12 months is good. Sarabon and the team. 12 months. This is what we
So
do.
you think the mandate went out like?
Yes,
y'all
you better get it together, Todd. They had one of his
It
leather
could be,
jackets
it
out
could
the
be.
window.
And I was
They had the brown leather. They had the brown leather. They had the brown leather. If this thing don't come out.
Now, here's the thing. Now, here's where I'm with you. If it do come out
Yeah,
and they hit the target,
right.
and you talking about them first half of the year,
Oh, God.
now second half of the year could be a potential
Crazy,
Hellblade
man.
2 or an Avowed. Now we're
Call of
talking
Duty.
about one of the greatest years in Xbox.
That's right.
history.
No, for sure.
That lineup would be insane.
All they got to do is nail Starfield, like you said.
I think there's a potential you could get Hellblade next year on the holiday, but even if it doesn't, February, March.
See,
is
you know what it
the
is?
longest you're
I was already conditioned though.
Mhm.
This is the problem. I'm conditioned.
Yeah.
So all the stuff that I saw at E3, and they said 12 months, I'm like, all right, cool. This is what I got. This is what I'm playing with. The gunk came out.
Yeah.
Those stuff came out. I was like, oh, this is it,
Little
right? And then we got that other gun with the gun game, the gun with the knifey stabby man.
Oh, you talking about the high on life?
Yeah, the high on life joint.
Oh, the gun that talks.
Right. So that stuff is coming up. The stuff that they said is coming is gonna hit. Right? My thing is just do the 12 months. Just stick to that.
I get it, but you talk about one of the most ambitious titles
Specifically for that game, really.
lines of dialogue, choice. You talking about procedural generated? You talking about this is not a regular.
I'm a
It's
consumer.
a beginning
No,
and
no,
end.
you
See,
don't
but
get a consumer,
you
don't
can't
get
say
it. I'm a
consumer.
consumer.
And we said we did an ILP like why did 343 launch Halo Infinite? We
Oh.
can't have it both ways.
No, okay,
man.
so but that was before though.
What you mean before?
Okay, so see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That was before that 12-month situation happened,
Oh,
right?
boy.
Right or wrong?
It was.
It was.
Okay.
So obviously, y'all.
Oh, wait,
just stuff-
are we gonna say Starfield and Halo Infinite is the same easier type of game?
Oh, no.
Come
No,
on,
what is what
really
I'm saying
ambitious?
is this. What I'm saying is this. When they came out and said 12 months, y'all knew the list of the games, right? Before that, with Halo, they had all the marketing. It was supposed to ship. It was supposed to do this, and he was listening to somebody else. That pigeonholed him into a situation where, okay, now we gotta delay this.
Right.
This gotta happen. We're gonna eat a ton of money off of this, off the marketing deal, and then it still came out with situations.
Yeah.
So that led to the dysfunction of 343.
Right.
We don't believe there's dysfunction in Bethesda.
But we do know that they delayed up on a promise that they made with 1111 that they couldn't keep. So
Right.
clearly this game.
But that was
been-
before they got purchased,
But
right?
they still didn't deliver what they said.
True.
They said 1111, we kill, and they were like, yo, no Starfield.
Do you think?
And
Do you think the 12 months came because of that?
Because of it?
Because of that Todd stuff.
No,
Yeah.
I don't think that was.
No, I think
the 12 months was
Came
a
with-
convenient way of only showing the games that they were
ready to talk about.
ready to
Yeah.
show.
Oh,
People
they
kept
said when
saying-
you're talking about games.
But I don't think ready to show necessarily means ready to go.
It was. I think the 12 months was a direct feedback thing. They're like, okay, you want to see gameplay? We're gonna show you 12 months because that's all the gameplay we got.
Okay.
We'll see. It's
Actually,
you beat the hell out of it.
There was a Gamescom that I really liked the format they did, where they showed games in the next 12 months for half of it,
Right.
and then the other half was games in the future, and
Right.
then the next year they would just rotate at the latter half to the front half, and then show the new stuff in the back half.
I think that's it now.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
2023 is gonna be.
You know what's crazy? I was gonna win the shirt today, but I couldn't find it.
You know what's crazy? You gotta super trans.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, he's at time.
Yeah, we get close to 10.
We got about 30 minutes.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So yeah, this is plenty of super chat. Let's get to a second. We
I
got
know they're going that way.
JD
No, they
Gamer.
with you.
Oh, good. Thank you.
A lot of them with you.
They with you.
We
I
got
know that. I know
JD
that.
Gamer. This is going back to the past. It's not TV. You need both Cyberpunk. You need both. Cyberpunk proved that punctuations, people, please. Cyberpunk proved that cross media is the way to go. The show sold millions more games, and that's why Microsoft will be buying Netflix. Plus, they're cozy already. Yes.
Here they go again.
I do not want no Netflix.
That's crazy. Then we got because to me it's just drawing money out.
Yeah.
You know what they want though, right? They want Netflix so they can roll it into Game Pass, so they ain't got to pay the $14.
Yeah, no licensing fee.
No licensing fee.
Then we got Drawn TJ, $10 super chat. Hey, seriously, I gotta ask. Let's say they get Square Enix. Who would be the second publisher they buy? Capcom or all of WB or Sega? Then be done with publishers.
I would say
Sega.
So I think Capcom is a slow chance they get.
And you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. If that Sega deal does happen, I think Sarah Bond did that deal.
Oh, she was over there.
Yeah,
She was over there.
I think
Yeah,
Sarah Bond did.
Time.
You saw how she looked in that picture?
Yeah.
Like she had a
Oh,
secret.
she was.
Yeah.
No, and Capcom is too strong now, bro. That
Mhm.
Resident Evil has revived. And
He
Monster
said
Hunter.
they too strong.
And
And Street Fighter about to show
Street
up.
Fighter about to show up and
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Flame, $2 super chat. Did Matt say Halo was a failure? Ooh.
Yeah, he had a statement out talking about like that.
I said that.
Woody had a statement recently talking about like their first party stuff was like a runner and falling at the finish line with Halo Infinite specifically. Yeah, he used an analogy.
Okay.
Falling out on the finish line.
Alright. Again, very forward. 108 Dragons TV, $5 super
blessings,
chat.
brother.
My brothers was good. NYC welcomes Addict with open arms. Hope you enjoyed your city. Facts, our city. Facts.
Yeah.
That's my brother.
Yeah, what a wait.
Chilled with us last night.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure. He's still digesting that food.
For real.
Thanks.
Then we got Ty Casares, $3 super chat. Hey, our lords, what are your top 5 game studios? We don't have time to go through
That
that.
would be Hey,
We'll get back to the.
yeah, but we got you though.
Just re-ask it.
Obsidian is on
next
my
week.
list.
Yeah.
So
All of Microsoft, all of
Rockstar.
Sony, all of Nintendo, all of Capcom, all of Sega.
And you was a
What?
what are your favorite studios? Just give them one.
Obsidian.
All right, cool. What else?
We got something crazy.
Yeah,
Christ.
Jones?
I'm a big fan of Respawn here, Race.
Yeah, Respawn.
Yeah.
Respawn 5.
Yo, I'm
Yeah.
finding out about Humble Games. Humble
Oh,
Bundle,
yeah,
the Humble Bundle.
yeah.
Okay.
I've been noticing a couple of things.
Are you on it as well, Alec? 'Cause
Yeah, I'm
I got
on
jumped a
chat.
little
You
bit.
got
I got
chat.
Don Otaku. Just remember anything that came before this. Why are y'all disrespecting Minecraft Legends?
Oh, yeah, that's
Okay,
another one.
another
Nobody's
one.
disrespecting it if they show
Two
it.
times.
They remember to show up. Oh, this is his time to eat.
Yeah,
And he can't do it.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
No, he
We
we
don't
got
have
in
a-
the top left.
We still got a topic.
We got, we
Yeah.
still got PSVR. Then we got Lawrence down.
Oh, yeah.
Put the crest in the chat for Lawrence Davenport, Lord Silver. Put the crest
Salute,
in the chat.
salute.
Thank you.
What's up?
And we got Brutal Enigma, $5
Oh,
super
that's
chat.
crazy.
PS dudes can't even keep Xbox or Microsoft name out their mouth. Now in 2022, can you imagine the extent of their rants in 2023 when all the bombs drop? Let's hope they do.
Then all the bombs drop.
Then we got 108 Dragons TV once again, $5 super chat. If Starfield comes out after 7 years of making it, comes out, I guess, late.
Broken.
Yeah, there's a problem there. There's a problem there. Facts. What type of game cycles are we really looking at here? No excuses. Put up. I mean, I think Starfield. I mean, again, a BGS game is not a 3-4 year dev cycle game. That's just not. I will always say, like. C Wubby U. June is the beta release date for Starfield.
Yeah, you want the beta? You want the beta in June? 'Cause it gotta come
Hey, the
out.
boys, baby.
See, the problem is this: you're giving me a title that I'm not endeared to.
Oh, see.
So if it was something,
So what
that
if it
I-
broke? So what?
That's what I'm
Who
saying.
cares if it
Like if
broke?
it's something that I
Time.
love,
Time on him. Time
Yeah,
on him. That was
something that I
wild
love,
disrespect.
Read the
but
past.
somebody else
That was
loves.
wild
it.
disrespect.
They want the delay. I don't. Bring it on outside.
Hold on.
Bring Starfield over here.
Like, can we turn King's mic on?
We got another one from CWU, $5 super chat. Please donate your local ILP knee center. King needs help getting up. Stupid.
You
Okay.
stupid.
Let's see what else. Then we have Alvin, $5 super chat. I feel I'm the only person alive with zero worries about Xbox's 2023. Pretty confused at all the hesitation. Folks even down Arcane now. The reach. It's not about the reach. It's about people can stumble at the finish line.
They just want they got the game's got to be good.
They could stumble. We could just stumble on these super chats though.
Then we got Donald Taco, $5 super chat. Not only will 2023 be where Xbox delivers the AAA bangers, Game Pass is just completely stacked with big third-party games just in the first half. That is true as well. All right, that's it. I think we caught up.
All right, final topic. PSVR 2. So he has made the announcement.
Or see what we use. June is the beta release.
Yeah, we got that. We got that. So yeah, launching officially February 22nd, 2023. Had the blog post out there showing the availability, the bundles, call it a mountain bundle with it. You know what I mean? It includes the store voucher and the headset, the controllers, the sets, and all that. And they also have a charging station accessory, all that good stuff. So yeah, pre-orders are up. You can go catch that now. Pre-order directly through them. And what's the thought process, y'all? You know, now that the announcement is here.
I want to hear King.
Yeah, I do want to hear
Let's make sure we get that
Let's make
in.
sure we get that in first.
You can have my.
Oh, I'm sorry. That $549.
What's the price?
$549.99.
$549.
How much that PlayStation 5 cost?
$500.
No.
Oh no, it went well in the US it's $500.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah.
So the bundle, how much is the bundle? So you gotta get a game, right?
Yeah,
So 600, right?
600 for the call and about
Do they bundle a funny game? Like
No,
funny game? Like
call them out.
You might get probably a demo disc that
That-
they're not talking about, but
that's like just here's
With tax and everything, game, charging station.
Just get to the point.
You're looking at 1,200, right? What did the boy tell you?
You did say.
What it was gonna cost you to get in?
Mm.
Don't tell me, please, God, don't tell me it only costs $500. No, it don't be. Because you can't just pick it up and put it on your face and play without a PlayStation.
You know what it reminds me of, King? It's like that Thanos who's like, what did it cost you?
Everything. Everything.
Mm.
The tech inside is crazy, King. You just don't understand.
I
I just don't care. I just told you it was gonna be $1,200. You was like, nah, King, it ain't never be $1,200. Cause they ain't gonna never do nothing stupid like that. It's gonna be $349. How the hell you look now? How the hell you look now?
You did say that. You did say
I
that.
told you they was gonna fillet you. It
I think
costs
I
more
said
than the
six.
console.
I think I said 600.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And it's old tech. Check it out.
Mm.
Check it out. It's old tech. 108 Dragons explained to us yesterday that the eye tracking has been in cell phones for years. For years. Listen, I don't care. I'm going to have it anyway. I'm the fool that's going to have the 10 games that it's only going to come out with. Just like the last one.
Because there's
You
no
know,
crossplay.
what's the best part about it? No back-to-back. They're leaving generations now. 550 buck up now.
He just got a point there.
Yeah.
They didn't, they backtracked on the generations thing for the PlayStation because they wanted to make sure the PS4 people still had access to the game, but the VR too that didn't have a whole lot of install base already. They're like, yeah, we generate.
Start over. Start. We're gonna remake
hey,
yourself.
King, you know what it is? They want to remake those VR1 games on the VR2.
Well, the key is if they're gonna allow like a
PC.
like kind of like a credit. Like say if you had a version of it, let's say they remake it. And then, wait, before you fix your face, I will say there's one
Don't
title
fix
that
your
I've
face.
confirmed. Shout out, that's on Quest right now. It's called Zenith. It's an MMO Last City, right?
Right, I know you talked about it
Right.
on Quest.
And if you have the PSVR1 version, they're going to honor the eventual PSVR 2 and give you the voucher.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
Did PlayStation make that game?
PlayStation did not make
that
that.
is-
I thought it could be done.
Well, they're going to give you credit based on not that they're converting anything. No. You're right.
Okay,
They're not
okay.
converting it. When their version comes out, they are giving you credit based on your purchase history.
Okay. It's not that they're upgrading.
They're not
the game.
upgrading anything.
Okay.
No. It's just
There's
a
no smart
separate.
delivery on it. It's just dumb delivery.
Yo.
If it's a PlayStation 1,
you can't be
we can't give you PlayStation 1 VR. We can't put it in dumb delivery. This is when you don't think about it.
dumb delivery.
They put your package behind the house, on the side in the bushes. Where the hell is my package at? I told them deliver it in the front. Dumb delivery. These dudes, and they're gonna fight this. They're gonna say, we believe in generations. Now you do. You have no choice.
That's something I sit that one out. So what you done talking about? PSVR 2.
You got a whole lot of Vita energy, man.
Really?
A whole lot of Vita energy where it feels like they gave you this premium piece of tech or whatever. It's a very nice piece of tech for what it is. And in 2 years it's dead.
Yeah,
Because they killed it with the price point. They're gonna kill it with the lack of games, right? Because you're not gonna get new games on unless if PlayStation themselves don't see the numbers out there, which they won't at that $550 price point, you're not gonna be making bespoke games for this. You're gonna be taking the sloppy seconds off of MetaQuest and off of everything else.
Well, they showed the 11 titles. A lot of them
How many
already.
of those titles already out?
Yeah,
For years, some of them.
Some of them, yeah.
It doesn't make it feels like they went out and said we're gonna build this thing to shoot it in the head for whatever reason. For whatever reason, it don't make no sense to charge that much.
I think they feel like people are gonna buy it. I do. I don't think they put this out.
These are hubris moments. I'm not about it.
I think
If you're trying to put a new product on the market, you want it to sell. Why is it that their MO is always never take the L for the optics? Never. Never.
Here's my thing. I personally feel like if they believed in VR2 like completely, they had to make sure that VR1 was backwards compatible.
For sure.
Because I feel like you're gonna lose some of those people because they're gonna feel away. You mean to tell me I gotta buy the same games already?
What about the King's point that from a technical standpoint, they've kind of proven that like
Xbox is kind of ahead of them as far as back compat. They have not proven
You mean it
this
is
generation
They
that they
had
have.
every opportunity when they started
Yeah.
building PS2
They
to
could.
make sure it was
True, and I feel you, but my thing is, but look at what PS5 and the PS4 relationship right now. They have not proven that they are successfully able to do
But
any
it's coming
type
out
of
after the PS5. So they could have integrated midway through development. Oh, okay, this is actually working on PlayStation 5.
They have
versus
not
like-
proven that that's their forte from a
delivery.
It's not forte.
Right.
Because I'll tell you this right now. When it comes to that, the PS Plus tiers and why we're not getting all these back compat games, especially the really older games, they don't want to give you those games. They want to starve you out until they can say with the numbers, hey, nobody's buying these games. Let's eliminate that top tier. Everybody go to the middle tier.
Gotcha.
That's it. They don't want to give you any of those games.
Mm.
So I just don't understand, why do you put all the R&D into this machine, convincing people that they support it enough, because they supported the first one enough, to bring it in, because who really is? Who really is? If you haven't found a PS5 yet, gonna come out and go get a PS5 in this.
Well, look at that.
This is tough one.
None of this.
It feels like somebody's passion project. It feel like somebody in Sony was like, I don't care, I want VR too.
Like Jim Ryan Jr. was
Yeah.
like, yo, Dad,
Daddy.
I like that PSVR too.
Yeah.
Can you make enough? Bet, no doubt.
All right.
Oh, what if it's what their base is showing to come out?
Bro,
What if
and
it's
the
not
funny
like
thing
that
is,
thing?
I'm getting it. He's
Okay,
getting
so
it.
we could sit here and talk.
108, who said his old tech is
It's
getting
getting
it.
it. That PS, that brand recognition, Sony's base is very
But is
loyal.
the thing is though, do they want to just shoot where they were shot before,
As
and then
opposed to
go
the mass.
past that?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. That's a good.
I don't have a VR for PlayStation. Did you ever buy it?
I didn't get the first one. I had
Yeah,
it.
so that's my point. Is like, from what they're showing
How
now.
many PlayStation VR ones?
Probably 5 million.
So from
or 6.
From that VR standpoint of you not owning.
According to some information I found on Statista,
5 million.
That is the worst ratio in the business.
That's 5%
Oh
of
God.
the PS4 install base.
Oh,
5%.
That's actually less.
It's
That's
less,
more
yeah.
than
Right, so there you go.
It's just like look, they're looking to get more people. I'm definitely not buying it, especially at that price point. Off the stuff you now know, you probably buy it just because you have other reasons why you would probably need something
And I
like
need to
that.
compare it.
Saul gonna buy it because the solve is solved, and King gonna buy it because he a VR tech. But besides that, like, are they really getting more people?
Right, you talk about that new audience to really
new
bring,
audience
and I
to really
think
bring it.
Cole made that point too because he's disappointed, and he was just like because he believes in VR so much, and he's disappointed. in
They're
his price point.
stagnating its forward progress with this.
Right, because if anybody could help, and look, and obviously clearly I'm with the home team,
Right, of
but,
course.
but clearly if anybody could help also bring it to the masses, right?
Exactly.
It's Sony, right? These tremendous IPs, you know
IP.
what I'm
honestly
saying, that they could do.
feel like Quest helped make it more mainstream.
Right.
PlayStation needs to show competition that games matter in a bigger
Yes,
grand
I
scale.
agree.
Because
But with that price point, I have a feeling they'll hit the ball hard for maybe a year, maybe 2,
Right.
but then they'll start to slow back the budgeting, like it's not selling the way
It's not
it's
selling. We're
was.
gonna get small experiences. We're not gonna get, because even the people that have been at the forefront, these build still well.
Yeah.
You,
Now,
you
if-
say like what's the primary use for VR?
If they-
Medical applications and stuff like that.
Right.
So the gaming stuff is even a hard to sell as it is.
So if they would have came out and they said it's backwards compatible,
Yeah, that'd have been huge.
and then
That'd be huge.
they do some restructure to make it work better than the limitations they had on the other one. There's some really popular ones that's on VR1. They made sequels to those with better technology than they have in the original one. They had it at Sony took a slight loss to make it at a reasonable price. They show up the games. Then what do you have? You have Meta like, oh, we got to compete. So let's build up our stuff. Let's make better VR games. Let's compete with them, and then they do something. And then a couple years from now, Sony has like, oh, they stepping their stuff up. Could have had building blocks. Now we have now we have just Sony literally pushing their own building down.
Sony literally came in with the wrecking ball. Well, I'm gonna knock it all down.
These dudes be claiming like they be buying consoles. That 5 million just told me everything I need to know. Y'all not buying a damn thing. Y'all just capping on Twitter, talking about
Oh,
the
and someone said
PlayStation
PSVR 2 is still tethered.
Yeah,
Yes.
but see,
Yeah,
you thought it was gonna be wireless.
Right.
You thought that it was gonna be its own machine with that for $550. The
Yeah.
same price as the
That's
PlayStation
more
5.
in the
The,
United States.
the PlayStation 5 is its own machine.
Yeah, that's
It
my
don't
main
need
issue.
VR.
Yeah, that's my main. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, not to mention, it's no compatible PC.
Right. That's
It
what I
would've
mentioned
been nice if
because
they would've-
theoretically, if you buy it off the shelf,
You right, it's this.
you can't do anything with it. So you are required to have a PlayStation, and that's something that King's always kind of made a point of. My thing is, and I'm gonna be honest, obviously yes, home team, but the tether thing is always going to be an issue for me. So now I'm going to be tethered to a PlayStation. Now I do.
And now you got a high-end joint that's not tethered.
That's not tethered, right? So that's the thing. So again, we got to see the adoption rate. My main thing was, okay, the commitment to the games. I do like that they have a solid launch lineup for the most part of games available. They want to have like 11 or whatever of experiences. Yes, I know a lot of them have been out already.
And none of them are named Half-Life Alyx.
And none of them, that surprised me. I thought the Half-Life Alyx was something they could have potentially pursued. I do say they don't got the killer app. I do like that DBO rock with them. They got
DBO. But that's just putting a bag down. That's not investing in it.
Right.
That's putting a small amount of money. DBO's a small studio. To get something like Alex, they have to go work with them. They have to help them make it. And I feel like Sony doesn't. I'm sorry. If they believe in their product, it would be on there.
That Demio better play like your premium Demio. That's because if it don't play like your premium Demio and it plays like my Demio,
right,
that's when you have a huge issue.
And I've heard the things I've heard about people say about Call of the Mountain that it had who have played Alex, they say it has Alex NG.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe it is that.
What if it's the hope is that is a killer app, right?
The thing is, VR is such an infant stages still. I mean, they've done better to get a little bit out of the infant stages, but unless that whole industry works together, it's never going to get out of it. Eventually, it's going to get to a peak, and then it's going to get hit back down again.
It is still so much in its infancy stages that true competition in the space is only hurting. It's hurting it in the sense that they're not working together, right? They're working against each other, and if one has more success than the other one, you're going to start seeing the baseline being, 20 to 30 minute experiences is what sells. No more big budget games. Sony looking at that, be like, okay, we're not making any more Call of the Mountains.
Right.
We're making these 20 to 30 minute experiences and not.
What I think would be smart for them is to tie their games to their big IPs, like the God of War.
They're doing,
and they're doing Horizon and they do that. And I think they can have success there. I think that to me the Warfront now, they're out, obviously.
I disagree with that.
We got to, want them to tie up to the big IPs?
I don't mind if they tie it to their big IPs. It's just I feel like they tried that with the Vita, making their IPs into it, and they didn't do nothing. When it comes to the Vita, it's the reason Nintendo does so. Well, you have to make IPs that work well with that type of playing style.
Right. So you want new IPs?
So it's not even new IPs. Like you have to play something that makes sense to put your head on. You have to play something.
So if they don't want them to associate with the big game.
Well, no. If they do it, they need to do more of like God of War with the battling stuff.
That's the thing.
I'm talking about name association.
Like catch it.
No, I'm talking about not making. Ragnarok on VR.
Oh no, not saying okay, you play all of Ragnarok.
Because it's not Forbidden West, it's no Call of Duty. It's a completely separate
different experience that has.
I get what you're saying though.
They're shooting with the bows.
Yeah,
I've said it over. I've said it over and over again. These VR companies need to be reaching out to these card companies.
Oh, yeah, I told you.
Magic the Gathering,
Yu-Gi-Oh, missing out on a whole
Pokemon
demographic.
You make these imagine playing these games and summoning these creatures in these cards right there.
Oh, facts.
Doesn't that happen on West?
Yeah, that's the thing with you want
to hold on. Christopher Hart is saying the Half-Life Alyx PSVR 2 news was leaked a couple of weeks ago, and it is a trusted source.
Shut up, Chris. Shut up. You're the only one capping. You wanted a 5 million just like me.
We got to get about it. All I'm going to say is the landscape is going to be interesting. Now they're in the space. The rumors, Apple's coming.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they have that market value. They have that name recognition, a loyal base. We got to see how serious they are in terms of the gaming aspect. And then obviously there's another device that might not be commercial that is going to be consumer. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with that on the meta side. But But we made it.
We made it.
ILP Live NYC.
I can touch my brother.
Yo, the Jets. The Jets just beat Buffalo.
Wow.
This is a hell of a year.
Are the Jets
time?
I just had to say that on air.
Let me get these last super chats before we head on. Out of here.
Let's go, Jets.
Nah, you do it.
Oh, we dying here.
I'm gonna go backwards here. I'm gonna go gamer by choice, $5 super chat. What if Sony is selling all their hardware because they do not plan for a PS6? What if King is onto something with the no PS6 idea?
We can't comment on these super chats.
I'm just telling you, ain't
comment on it. Then we got What Away Dragons, $2 super chat. King Canon digital camera have eye tracking.
See?
Go. And Donna Taco, $5 super chat. Can't wait to see Cog in my hometown, Houston, next year.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna bring you and Maddie some real mac and cheese with the fork, of course. For the culture.
But for the culture, I'll be up in there February.
Then we got One Away once again, $5 super chat. PSVR 2 cappers. Let's see how many of you get it at that premium price. I will have it. Let's see cappers and God drops what version you got. And you know 1A, is gonna be there.
Yep.
Let me see. That's it, actually.
Got everything?
Yeah, we got it. We got it.
Y'all did it, man. History was made, the first ever ILP live in the flesh. You already know my brethren, the Lord in the building. Salute New York City, stand up. Lord Addict, your first time in the town. We can find you. What you got going on, sir?
Find me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. You can also find me on flight going home tomorrow.
They're about to eat the best pizza.
Yeah,
About to have
we're
best
gonna
slice
do
ever.
real pizza. And
and some ramen.
we might try to do another ILP at E3. Who knows? Yeah, these things aren't cheap.
Yes, and salute everybody supporting as well. So Labrie, yes, please. Salute.
I feel like, you might have goals, or maybe we could do this like 2, maybe 3 times a year, just depending on what's going on with that.
No doubt. Lord Sovereign in the flesh.
I know.
Brethren.
Goodness. See, I didn't see that other stuff that happened.
We don't.
That ain't happening.
I just like that I made you laugh like that.
No, you know what it is? When you take a sip and you inhale and you don't realize.
You almost died on set.
I'm drowning on land.
Sorry, the addict for spitting on his brand new
Apology.
But yeah, this is a blast, man. I can't believe we're doing this in NYC. Look at this backdrop behind us. This is fantastic, man. This is what it's about, right? Obviously, the way the world is we can't. It would be crazy if this would be reality every single day. It's not. Maybe one day it will be. We'll see. But I'm just super excited for this.
Revolt, you heard that?
Sure, yeah. Everybody was watching us. But I'm excited. This coming week, Ragnarok is upon us.
Yes.
I'm excited to play that. I'm excited to play Pentiment.
Yes.
I'm excited to play Somerville. There's a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline. Lord Addict will be working on a Ragnarok for ILP.
I'll have it out Monday.
Or the follow.
Follow. Oh, never mind.
Are you?
I'll have it out.
Oh. What will you have out by then?
Huh?
What will you have? The review?
Not like.
Yeah, you said like it was done.
Next Monday.
Oh, okay.
No, next Monday.
Next Monday. Yeah, I'm
It's
like,
coming. Not tomorrow.
Yeah, not tomorrow. Anyway.
That's it.
No doubt. Lord King in the flesh. That man, when you make promises, he wants you to deliver.
That's right. You said 4 months. I said 4 months, B.
But that was 4 months. What happened?
It's a joke. Singing a joke.
Find you, New York City in the building. We here.
I'm so happy that Addict is here.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy we got to see Black Adam together.
Yes.
In the fine dining restaurant.
Yeah.
In the movie theater, which was crazy.
Oh, yes.
And then we went to Puerto Plata. I said it wrong, always Puerto Forma. And had a fantastic time. Shout out to Tim. Shout out to 108 Dragons.
Yes, sir. Shout out to
And for every person that said we wouldn't make it to where we have, to every person that said video games was a fad, to every individual saying we were wasting our time,
Factual.
I love you.
Yeah.
And peace be with you. Because I'm having a goddamn good time. See you next week when I troll you again.
You already know that. Again, it's good to be with my brothers. This is history for us. This is history for us. You already know. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
You already know. Salute. We did it. The Lords did that.
Too far.
But now, man, this is something we want to do. You know, we do this for real. A lot of people, and no disrespect to any other podcast, we actually hang out with each other. We actually chill with each other, and we actually are friends. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. It's a brotherhood here, for real. So all that other stuff, we don't get into it, but at the end of the day, Ain't nobody better than podcast with. We had the most fun. I don't care nobody said. We had the most fun.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the engineer after this, he was laughing.
We made the engineer laugh. I knew we got some fun. We got some stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, he had a turn one time.
You can't fake the.
What's the RL?
You can't copy respect.
You can't copy respect.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the support, all the love. You know what I'm saying? We'll be back. We got a lot of things cooking at the end of the year that we already know, and some things in the near future that's cooking. And yeah, we can't wait to show y'all. But that's all I got.
Yeah, and you guys know we will be starting the early prep for the Video Game Awards thing.
Yes.
We'll be doing that probably.
Yeah, we gotta
at the
do our
end
votes.
of,
Yeah, we gotta do Crown Yellow. We gotta beat Song. The song you I think they won last year.
No,
Bro, I got my title back.
He won last year. Me and him won the year before. You've never won it.
You got for my business. You're not the same ever one.
Well, I mean, I got to you. Am I just not?
He's always a prize.
And on that note, we are out of here.
All right, little podcast.
Peace.
Oh, we should have said bye.
And streaming.